CareFinder is a real estate company that focuses on property development within the Gambia. We pride ourselves with providing not just quality and durable houses, but also state-of-the-art designs tailored to our clients' tastes and expectations. Our unique experience and expertise is second to none in the industry. We are currently building and selling 3-bedroom bungalows at Sukuta Traffic Lights and Jabang. We're also building and selling 3-bedroom story buildings at Sukuta Paradise. Other sites are also in the pipeline. With CareFinder, payment options are available. With just 40% deposit, you can get your house started. For more information, contact us on 329-5188, 727-0049, 709-8418. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram at CareFinder. With CareFinder, you are assured of a secure investment.
Nyatimbu ntemu APS leti. Ndemu APS leti. APS Gambia lemu APS ti. Katun APS is 100% Gambian.
Bari nyatimbu ete kufuri mbala kentala di. Ke nyatimbu ntari taba futu wola. At least ya fonte ko APS min kullo balbiji. Imo fon fonya fon ka fonyo ko ibina do ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya nyatimbu. Yo min fo enta sija. Ndanga moyro ko APS wallet isa ko do kino. Min tata fa wuli muan ime charge fenna wala nta sindi ja
ako natimbo nko ko kabo transuto kata wala fa wuli muan ite fenne dola womu zero file bitun kabo wo 20,000 la ka sele sal eke tam eke charge mun fa abuka fensi
oui
1% na malam mati
wota yara gamen no be nyanta wala kana APS wala tele mobile ko ko do ki ibadi ngol
yaje ni APS kabrin nan credit ko to bari min kum mayata be wala fa mo kas pawat ni suto be during suto be dibiding abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika to ya safe da men ko fen ko atondi nawek ha ni oto je nyamen do tachi ama ni ama do abanta ila kas power isa hawasima ajibe free joriti je
otam baden gameno albe sito wulle fi set al na leta APS wallet yela la mobile ko APS wallet nyaata doro bari ko do nim fata do so kon to
dañu be fo no le mol ñala jam nim fata do so kon ba fo le
ba ci tije mbita to register jede kadu sa APS 100% namuti
APS 100%
APS
Gambia 100%.
ñu amaat kontaante ak mbégte ñëwaat fi ni beneen ajuma fii ci suñ programme bi ñuy ooyee Grand Bantaba ci Kër Fatou ajuma bu nekk di leen dalalaat rek di leen wax juma mubarak képp ku nekk foo mun a nekk di la jox sa wàccuwaay ak sa wérluwaay di jaajëfal ñëpp ñu nga xam ne ñoo ñuy topp saa yu nekk di bàyyi seen soxla ajuma bu jotee waxtu bi jot rek lépp lu ñuy def mooy daw si seen téléphone yi seen télévision yi pour tune into this grand show te it nag am nañ another grand show another grand guest saa yuñ koy defee rek parce que xam ngeen lan la beneen grand Friday la waaye li ñuy def rek show bi dafa am ñoo xam ne ñoo nekk ci kawam di ñu jàppale di ñu dooleel parce que bu dut ñoom gannaaw yàlla mun naa am show bi di xew kon ñooñu war na saa yuñ fi toogee ñu leen di fàttaliku di leen jaajëfal di leen fesal pour nga xam ne yéen ñi ñuy seetaan yéen tamit di nga am noo leen jëflante ak ñoom ki ñuy njëkkee rek mooy APS ñoom ci lu yëngu mooy financial institution lañ yëfi xaalis wéccu jaay jënd ñu am nag ay app yoo xam ne am nañ ko ñëpp nag ñu am ay Android phone mobile phone iPhone lépp ay apps la ñuy diilal so APS ñoom itamit am nañ app boo xam ne boo ko downloadé sa téléphone bi di nga mun a use seen services yi am nañ wallet tamit wallet bi na mu gën a yombati boo amee seen wallet bi def fa sa xaalis di nga mun a yónnee wante xaalis ak ku nekk jënda joxe xaalis lépp si wallet boobu noonu ak appi APS bi yëpp pour yombar mbir yi buñ ne wallet bi nag du ne yónnee xaalis rek la mun nga cee fay lépp li nga xam ne moom nga war a def jëflante si sa jënd ak sa jaay mun ngaa jënd foofu doon ticket ay lopitaan ay taxi driver marché sa léegi nii am na ñoo xam ne dañuy jëy APS transaction jarut nga jox leen cash ñu ne nag réew mi ndaw yi fi uppa te ndaw yi luñ yëngu rek ku nekk war ngaa jublu ci boor boobu noonu APS ne kaay ci wallet bii nii defar naa leen pour ngeen di mun a jënd seen ticketi nawetaan ci APS wallet boobu noonu fépp foo mun a nekk ci àdduna bii nii te du jënd rek de dañ ne boo jëndee am na lu tuuti luñ lay compal dafa mel ni giveaway buñ laa jox ne la jërëjëf ci li ngay use APS app bi loolu nag boo ko boolee bu yàggee mun na laa njëriñ mun na laa defaral ay soxla yu bari kon dem leen ngeen download APS app bi APS wallet bi pour yombalal seen jëflante seen joxe ak seen jël ñaareel bi ñuy jaajëfal Kër Finder ñoom ci lu ñuy yëngu mooy ay jaay ay jënda ay sampa kër fépp fu waay mun a nekk nga soxla pour jënd kër nga soxla pour sampa kër nga am kër buñ sampa ba pare wala laan bugga koo jaay ñi nga war a waxal mooy Kër Finder ñoom seen xel màcc na si lool te ñu am ay liggéeykat yoo xam ne ak ñu oyof saa yoo leen koolee dinañ la déglu dinañ la dalal ba lépp li nga soxla nga xam ne dinañ la si jàppale loo bugga yi tamit boo ñëwee ne leen lii laa bugga ñoom dañ lay déglu ñu liggéey ci ak yow des na si façon xaalis boo mun a am kon loolu yomba na te seen biir leer na ñëpp a ñu jëflante ak ñoom amul kenn koy taxaw ne am na lu lëndëm oo lu ñuul ci saw bi si jëflante ñoom kon ñoom it oor nañ te ñoom it baax nañ kon jël leen nombay si screen bi ngeen jokkoo ak Kër Finder ñu jàppale leen si lépp li nga xam ne mooy yëfi kër mooy yëfi laan mooy yëfi jaay kër ak jëndam kër saa yu nekk lu ñuy def rek balaa ñuy dugg ci programme bi damay dalal suma naataango yi nga xam ne ñoom lay bokkal programme bii nii di leen wax na rek fii du suñ xam-xam du suñ mon-mon xalaat rek la te ci liñ ci jublu mooy jàngalaat liñ ci jublu mooy yeete liñ ci jublu mooy yaraate lu utee loolu rek xam leen ne suñ mutadi la di leen fàttali tam ne suñ Facebook bi stars yi mu ngi up saa yoo leen ñu mayee stars yooyu dafa tontu xaalis boobu noonu dafay jàppale plateforme bi dafay jàppale Kër Fatou pour ñuy mun a ñëw saa yu nekk uninterrupted di leen fàttali rek ne depuis buñ commencé ñu ngi dugg ci ñetti at amul benn ajuma boo xam ne ñëwuñ fii pour indil leen programme bi kon dooleel programme bi nii am na njëriñ kon ñu daw rek dem nuyuwante ak suñ panélistes yi saa yu nekk na ndeysaan suma xariti xol bi Caam Babel Demba Caam borom ne ni waas tega dawul baar waaye moom Duudu su ma koy taga du may baaxal.
su ma boole diplôme la koy jëlee.
tega dawul baar diplôme la koy jëlee. Caam ma bay la askan bi
waaye doo ko soose doo ko tagal soose.
mu traité ko si soose.
waaw mooy lan.
Caam Babel Demba Caam. borom ne ni waas.
borom ne ni waas.
tega dawul mbaar.
lan mooy
diplôme la koy fayee. let's leave that.
foog ma bind ko su ma ko bindee dinaa ko mën a translate de. waaw.
man translation.
non dégg nga am nga MC diplôme moom. diplôme la. waaye diplôme.
Caam nuyoo la.
jërëjëf nee nañ daa gërëm bu baax. lii rek mooy origaay lu yàgg rek dégg la. que noonu ko fii lii soo bi léegi am na ñetti at fu mu nekk nii. ba tey rek loolu sant yàlla la. at bu nekk dañ fi ñëw pour waxtaanee réew mi dama ko wax fu nekk ne nekku ñu ñoo gën a xam ñu toog si kër yi ñoo gën a xam sax ak ñu si media ñu gën a xam yàlla rek ñu jagleel rek ñu toog fi di waxtaana réew mi sant yàlla bu baax si loolu di nuyu itam yow bu baax di la gërëm tam si taxawaay moom yaa ngi koo def tam di coordonner ak programme bi ñu ngi laa gërëm bu baax di nuyu itam suma naataango nga xam ñoom laa fi toogal tey moom maa ngi toogaa ko xam ne wax dëgg yàlla dafa ma dee fàttaliku ati yàgga muy Essa Dampha
ndeysaan
Essa bu ñu nekk si media man moom ak noonu Bayo ak noonu Dodou Jah time bu jamono miiti woon na taw bi dee taw ñu dugg si biir ndox mi ñu dem si media house suñ paree génn xooli waat moom mu laa gën a yërëm Essa ba biir kaamara duñ
bugg a microphone
waaw Essa ñu aaju guddi Essa ngeen daw dem si ngeen delluwaat taw baa ngeen taw seen yaaga struggle 2018 loolu du tey ànd bu yàgg la so tey yàlla fa mu ne tey ni ñëpp ñoo toogaat si benn programme ñoo doon nekk di xiccuwante time boobu mag si beneen parti Dodou Jah mu fële Essa mu fële Bayo mu fële coow bi jaxasoo waaw maam jibi waaw mu ngi Dakar waaw mu ngi suñu diggante bi Essa mu ngi Baro Dodou mu ngi APRC man maa ngi Bayo mu ngi UDP so ñu tappangante waaw suñu pere ñu génnaat jamono bu léegi la nekk waaw wala sant yàlla tam kontaan naa trop pour toogaat ak moom si benn programme dina toogaa moom keroog koloon naa ko sax
ndeysaan
ne ko Essa nama naa la trop dinañ toog waxtaan si political suuf si
ndeysaan
di nuyu itam Baye Sonko ori gars yi bari yow sa former frère ma ne former frère
yeah friends forever
waaw suñu frère is beyond politics waaw so loolu kenn ku nekk mun ngaa amee gis-gisi mun naa uti wala ba tey rek ñi benn leen because taalibu fen doga taalibu bokkun pate moom ñu xëccowante moom su pare ñu ànda waree ka waxtaan
te dañoo dem fu la place bare
waaw loolu mooy mbir bi soo ñu ko nuyu bu baax tam moom tam su lu mu góom loolu la góom an loolu mooy nit waaw foo bokka da nga ne fii nga bokka amul na ko so ñu ngi ko gërëm bu baax tam di nuyu tam suma oncle Bojang Ba bu nga xam ne moom tam ko xarañ ci liggéeyam la ñu réew mi naw la ni ko trop si taxawaayam tam si bëgg a réewam parce que Bojang wax dëgg yàlla farfarawul fenn dëgg la day gis so kon loolu tam ñu ngi ko gërëm bu baax tam si taxawaayam xam naa ne gan bi tam yow yaa ko welcome waaye du gan si kër bi
du gan moom ci kër gi la bokk
du gan si kër bi so ni ngeen nuyu itam ñëpp di leen gërëm di leen wax ne asalaamaaleykum
jërëjëf Thiam jërëjëf nuyoo bi rafet na lool jërëjëf kontaan nañ biwo na mu man tara jang te fam bala mu bari sinyo ibota sukiring wole nata pour ka replace ika faye Essa Dampha ate fanang atoma mabo media ko la politiko ko buba ka fa nyame
tono ma ñu banko ka
amam mabo mo yalla ne
aman ke mon dinti ñu banko kan
akala mirol fole ay molbe
kibaro la karola ko bori
Essa mbe bismillah la ñim plateforme to Grand Bantaba ite manke gasti jang ñim plateforme yina sang ibuka fama jang ye janlon ne bake bari bi ñi jumalungo mbe bismillah la bari haninka bi ning monata from NPP atekela namuti talibole mun namuti wo mota replace la laftale woye koy mbe bismillah la itani mol ñoo konto minul kanjube.
Thank you very much. Abaraka bake nge tentu nge jayi nene nga panelist wal fanam be ko panelist wal be tentu nge jayi ka commence MC Cham kama fanyamin anda bu yagala we have been together for so long nit ku xam liggéeyam la ku bëgga réew mi la ku bëgga politics la xam nga politics beneen côté la moom côté boppam la soo bëgga nekk politique da ngaa war a jiif sa own sa everything
yes
mbita kan sura kan kono bari mbir slik la into maninka ni la tekala politician odi ibe wakil la ke fango ila wato bedi political
right
because atem social contract lady between you and the citizens kalo mo la hajola
right
miliyalon ke man ngo soto ka ke newti molbe ko lale ibne la soko no le ibe la tamo tala ibe la tamo bewes le bela resources wes la ila koto so momin be sonna wala man siya banko kan dol kan dol yel ko da ngeen ñaka fayda atul fay kal jole ba ma haji sutu
you know. But min ka okay no man say so MC be tentu la ngejay baake sirfo bayo sonko ko ngolom bar ngolom
kana ko jagali no kana ko dunyo kono no I'm your father just say that no but it's
What is calling?
no I mean calling ba them calling ba
What is calling?
but
they have business
Okay, like
yes
is it Dodou?
no
these are dynasty
Nyanchos and the Koreans.
They are dynasty
If you read history, you understand the Sanans and the Sonkos are the Koreans. You have the Sanans and the Manes as the Nyanchos. You understand?
Okay.
So these people, in the history, their elders, were when they came, we are the one who host them. So we do everything for them. So Ibrahim Dampha, read the history. Ibrahim Dampha, is in your movement. MC So mom confess that I'm his father. So Munamana is going to convince Essa, to accept me as the father.
But I don't know. The same plan like Sani ni Mane.
But
we can also ascend to the throne. Warriors.
Yes. Warriors, yes.
Jawaros, Nalisongo and others. Nalisongo is never a king. But he's there to be a Jawaro. Jawaro means a warrior for the king.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
any clan that can ascend to the throne,
yeah,
they are our general.
But we always protect
And you have a potential to ascend to that throne. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm interested, but we'll take it up later. Yeah, we'll take it up later. I'm interested to know the details. Yeah, go ahead.
Kondongol tema bandi anu ku kende balo aka hadama yal ni bari yala kata ni nyoka bojang be konton la be tentu la ngejay mo kende ba naka ben platform jamato coming du MC ya fanyami abuka la hala tonya so molem yalon ko tonya o diata e baake always stand for the truth even if ba jela nyaaw ite ba jelo nya but he will just express his own way. Then I think he is the gun. You are the entire one entitled to introduce formally. But thank you very much for all viewers. This is what I have for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Essa. I'm content back ye watota purkana, even though it was last minute. So it's very much appreciated. Bayo be bulala ite fana ning juberial ye new kontong. Jandim beduna programme to.
Yeah, thank you so much. Abaraka wake nene. Abaraka wake to everyone. Miliano ko program in GB Kang. Na ko panel solo MC Sumawaji. Ganyan ko waji. Wakala kanyo dem Dakar nak. Yo dem Dakar. Onin dem. Bena weekend rek. Nena do go.
I don't want to go.
Okay.
Ba mo ko xalaat ak bu wagaju.
No, I'm going to plan ak buwa. Mo muna mo bayi.
You don't need to I don't want to go.
Lola mane. Do anda ñun. Wa lolu mo ngi glass. So waji. Dina wa there. You buy go fofu. Yeah, so Essa is my Essa mo moliti me alon ko political kono ngafa MPP bi ni atara ila PRO beje on savoko ila somebody should be in the media today recommended by the party, and I feel like Essa should be one of them, because Essa come MC afanyame amanke beat, utumo we always struggle and although ntolwa kana nsa nka borimbo singola, utumo Essa will always go from radio, from TV to everywhere to defend the party, and up to now consistency abakan very well. So asiva so do mondia, and then allow consistency nging ba fa ko keep it up, dunia alama de woni memuta rek ya muta ko arafa ko barako dundi ko yemme muta ila ko yemme muta ejekitala ila tala Alex barako dundi all the time. So ba fa thank you so much, and the political tolerance also is top notch, and then I'll keep telling you keep it up, we are family. We'll be mobile in Kilon Lady. I'm like, you know, guy, Mr. Independent. All right, Mr. Independent. Guy, mobile go. I'm like, Mundole, but last time I choose Kakom, no alliance. I go to Independent. I'm no alliance. But anyway, what is more important than kind of Mole, I'm recommending Kadiamo Milk Media. Just another jam can sound. The moment for the market, ni ala timola. Because at the end of it, Nendiamu Kadiamu Mole, and Dolbeje, Nakumaka will convince. So, Nina Kumaka Fulamo draw, I come to me along Sahara. So, Mafalako is another Friday today. Before we're going to have a fruitful discussion. So, Alabaraka Bag, I believe, and Nene, the host, and now I'll be the Luntamba or Nena Kibar Lamole. So, Nene Luntamba and He's our brother, he's our comrade. Zafu Timo la meta la bit. So Mbavula be ko Abarakabake.
Abarakabake kumaya tale. Bojang I'll allow you attending Molmin Kanjube, I'll you kontong, Njomere Safi, Safi Ban. Bajo, Miraki wa Bajo mi mafam.
Thank you. Malbe Kondona, you know, Naluntamba MC Diplomat par excellence.
Diplomat. It's a full-time diploma.
Absolutely. Me Fana Kondona sis Nene, you know, a great sister.
Thank you.
Of course, Mr. Dampha, along Jah, it will be never fake. They are usually top notch. And of course, his political tolerance, you know, is something that one also have to acknowledge. You know, I think, I don't know whether MPP usually have a kind of a masterclass for their people. Absolutely, it's like virtually every one of you is very, very tolerant.
You know, maybe they're not telling people.
Yes.
But that's something we really
yes, that's very common. Yes.
That's something we really need
to
look into.
As a song, it's a very normal thing. That, to be frank with you, and that is good. And for me, Bio, you know, Bio, I think is just a warrior. That's all.
No.
Naturally, actually. Yeah, so obviously, and of course, our guest equally is a very big brother and someone with a good heart, speaks his mind and you know. But personally, I'm kind of very happy. I met all of you on the struggle, and you're still pushing, you know. So I don't think if you are not tired, I should be tired.
Thank you.
You know, I'm Alama Alayal Joe. You know, to be frank with you, if you don't know, politics is a very difficult, very expensive game. It's risky. Passionately, it's very risky. You know, and sometimes, you know, people, what they think, you know, like my own self, they'll say, we don't call Africa. You know, sometimes, yeah, because they don't know. So they even think they are giving us millions and no, it's politics. You have to be there. Some of us will be on the ground, but some of us will be on platforms. And all what we are doing is to make sure we raise the awareness, to make sure we try to talk to people, to raise concerns. Not to bring somebody down, no. But to make people understand so that they can make better choices next time. That's the only thing. That whether you're from NPP or your main thing is to argue, to convince people, to persuade them, to shed light. So we are doing it out of love for country, out of love for humanity. And personally, I pray God pays that here and hereafter, especially to you people. You have families. Your transport money could have been used for your kids, your wives. You could have gone to Chosan, sit and enjoy the bar. You don't do that.
Where is Chosan?
Okay, I will tell you. I used to go to Chosan, so don't mind. But is it like now I cannot go there? See, when I was kind of, you know, after work, I'm free, bachelor space, I go sit. I don't go in the bar, I go sit and enjoy the bar. I like live bands. That's part of it.
But when I get answer.
most of the time I never know I film for member yo.
Comme démb maa ngi dem Dakar restaurant.
If you want to go and do something, you are afraid.
Yeah.
Because of the nature of politics.
That is how expensive
It
politics
is very expensive.
It controls your life.
Yes.
Politics
Even at
is
night, you don't want to be at certain places because yes, you want to be there. You're a human being now. Your friends are going to party. You want to be there, but sometimes people would take pictures and say things that sometimes you even if you want to defer it, some people will already believe. So there's no point. You have to be cautious. So because of political, it controls you. So imagine 2018. We are not trying to belittle the stories of those that were before us, but 2018 you are still in that. There are certain things that somebody wants to say on the phone. You are even afraid.
Oh yes.
So this is the type of this is life we are living. It's the reality. So imagine
Audio? I don't send audio.
yes, because tomorrow they will say more on.
I don't talk to people I don't know on the phone for more than 3 seconds.
And sometimes you even want to help. But you know, legally, that is not the right thing. But you are even afraid, even though the individual deserves your
You're
help.
just being careful.
Because you have been careful. So don't think the money we are using for fuel or other things on the time. No. It kind of puts us in a prison. Yes, there are certain things you want to do, we cannot. Because of you people. You think we are angels, huh?
Dama si restaurant toog fa de ak ma fekk mu ne boy bu bàyyi restaurant bi de ma ne ko ma am life ma ne ko sama life de dama lekka
Yeah, you want to come on.
Tali boobu de am na street yoo xam ne du fa de aw parce que dafa bañ ñu nataal
mu ne street si am ne dafa am ay rooj.
waa guest house
mu ne moom du mu ne aw.
But it's good, I think, generally. It builds you to avoid temptation. It builds you to have restraint.
Yeah.
It builds you to kind of control yourself. And we only pray God guides us all along. And that is it. And it's a place to cease.
Thank you
Thank you so very much.
Aha, bifa ng luntang bale soto, luntang miyalong ko akumaya batale, atoma mabo politiko kono. You know, everybody wants to have a chat with him. Everybody wants to have him on their platform. Everybody wants to hear him, you know. And when I say everybody, I'm not exaggerating, because when you have a drop in the ocean of people who may not want to hear it, and then a whole water, you know, it overshadows. So definitely, you know, he's somebody like every time we hear his voice, his take on issues, it's a breath of fresh air. And you always learn, whether you like it or not, whether it favors you or not, you learn something from it. Xelam màcc lool and kontante ak mbégte pour amaat ko fii nii di jëkka wax jaay jëf tamit ci taabu gàtta bi nga xam ne moom lañ ko jox waaye taxut mu bàyyi lépp pour ñëw fii kon kenn xam ne kooku askan bi ñor na ko dëkk bi ñor na ko te jëm kanami dëkk bi it ñor na ko te soxal na ko. Dodou, my brother, my friend, my comrade, welcome again on the Grand Bantaba. Yow ni ma koy waxee rek doo fi gan miin nga fi lool te saa yoo fi ñëwee dañ di am kontante ak mbégte di la dalal bàyyi la nga nuyu ak askan bi balaa ñoo dugg ci programme bi.
jërëjëf Meme sant la gërëm la baax ci dalal bi ngeen ma dalal di am mbégte kontante dellu si waat fii si di Grand Bantaba ci beneen ajuma di nuyu mbokki soppe seetaankat yi soppe programme bi fu waay mën a ne ak ñi cee dépasse seen koppar pour programme bi mun a dox toolu fu mu toolu àgga fu mu àgga yow tam di la jaajëfal baax a baax ci ñi nga dalalee nit ñi waxtaan toppi yi nga si ñu di ko waxtaanee balaa nga commencé programme bi sax si toogaay bi lii tubaab bi di wax rek ne MC you talk my talk noonu laa ko mun a jëlee xool day gisee MC li mu wax man loolu laa bëggoon a ibee suma wax bi parce que ma xoolee ñi fi toog moo tax bu mu commencé di ko wax rek bëggoon naa koo dog sax waaye lu ñu wax rek gandu ewi bay naa ma muñ rek
te doo fi gan
te moom man lañ dalal ma doon gan waaye lu mu wax lu déggu la ñi seetaan pour man dañ ci war a jàngee ne réew mi suñu réew la ñàkk a bokk fuñ far warut a tax ñu noonu en wax nga ko si sa wax ne du xam-xam wala mun moo tax ñu toog fii waaye wax xalaat la nit ki nag mun ngaa ñàkk a d'accord ak moom ci xalaatam wala lim gis ak li ma wax waaye waruta tax nga bañ ko wala nga noonoo ak moom because lu mu wax rek ànda bu yàgga dëgg la démba la du tey soo xoolee li ma doon xalaat rek mooy ne composition bi su dee ñun ñu fi toog dañ am xeli ki ñaan wala réew ñorut ñu wala dañ jóg pour xeexante man tey waroon naa dugga fii man MC mu ngi fi ak Dampha no man duma bokkaa ñi jotaay comme am nañu ko dee wax waaye it's nothing personal du dara loo xam ne sa itte la yow kenn waaye fi réew la bii mbir doon sosu man maa ngi PRC MC mu ngi GDC ku mel ni Essa Dampha mu ngi woon si coalition bi man ak MC la woon against Essa Dampha ñu dem ba PRC form alliance still MC mu ngi GDC man ak Essa Dampha la against MC nga gis affaire yi luy wër la di toon soo xoolee Sirifo Bayo Sonko the same thing moo ci daan nekk moom mu ngi UDP man APRC MC mu ngi GDC léegi-léegi des na ci topic bi mun na maa ñàkk a feebo ñoom ñaar ñu ànda ci dara man i findoo bokkuñ parti waaye besoin di topic mun naa bokka ak moom ñu sotle feneen soo lii moo ci nekk di dox boo jangtam the same thing mu ñëw ci media bi ñu bari nawloo ko ñeneen ñi dañoo yaakamti déggee ci moom ngir sometimes
ngeen bokkoon ba pare ngeen xaajaaloo
waaw du wax rek wax kese APRC dox ba nga xam ne ñëw nañ ñu am ñaari kuréel ñi ñu ne ñun dañoo dem alliance ñi ñu ne ñun bokkuñ ci alliance waaye teewut mu isi noonu man moo dañ ba dañ deewoon notre alliance ma ne ba tey APRC la man dama deex ne doo leen mun a génnee biir APRC mun nañoo eewu suba ñun ñëpp ñu jóg ne nañ nekkaat benn kër la rek bu xaaj waaye kër bi dañoo mën a juboowaat man falaa ko dee séentoo waaye soo xoolee lépp ay ndaw lañ loolu rek mooy firnde ne Gambia bañante amut ñeneen ñi ni ñoo defee seen politique moo dee métti Bojang am lum junjoo may encourage bépp politicien man dama ko dunda te ba tey maa ngi koo dunda waxtu moo dul am man fu nekk lay dugga parce que dama toog dugga ci politique soo buggee waxtaane réew mu ñor la foog nga xam luy dox ci réew mi waaw liy dox ci réew mi nag doo ko mun a xam ci yow sa bugga rek fii laa bugga dem rek nga am ci déedéet foog nga dugga fu nekk damaa dem si bij bi booy ma dem toog ak ñoom ñu waxtaan damaa dem ci club si Envy dem naa fa Britannia fii dugga naa fa cosaan fu nekk lu tax ngay interact yi wana noo WhatsApp dem naa ba ay place yoo xam ne burfut yu bari fu ñoo jaay skonk ak yeneen tey lu bari si dëkk bi liy dox soo ma laajee ma wax la ko waaye as a politicien dama dee dem place yu bari ñu ne ma yow looy ut fii ma ne yow tam loo fee ut ñu ne ma non xam nga yow kilifa nga war loo ñëw fii ma ne gaa ne ñi fi nekk man génnuma leen I just come to share ku nekk li moo def nag dafa utee en ñeneen ñi de feel so elated dañ dee kontaan gis la ne diw ñëw na fii léegi-léegi nga gis ku la introduce boppam o am benn ñaar lum la laaj ngeen waxtaan and people love that so loolu mooy tax lu bari ëllëg soo jógee dem na dañ laa foo waree dañoo kii xam naa ko lu tax ñëpp di la xam you interact with people so politique warut a create distance o nga aj sa boppa ci kaw fu mel ni pokoloko suma brother Baba Jah dem naa fekk ko the same thing la mu ne ma loo feewut ma ne ko yow tam loo feewut mu ne ma non yow fii warta nekk sa place ma ne ko ma ne loo feewut man tam loolu moo ma fi isi après ñu waxtaan ñu ree mu ñëw bi mu ne man suma boppa maa ko ne kaa ñu nataalu mu ne am nga yow doo dee daw coow su ma ko nataale naa ko def online te mu ne ma waa UDP nañ la attaque ma ne ko waaw man su ma yoon si loolu kaa ñu nataalu maa yow so at the end of the day dem na ñëw na it's all about Gambia xëy na ñu bari di seetaan ñoom duñ gisee foofu te dama dee wax lu bari ma ne am na ñoo xam ne si politique bi léegi-léegi ma dem ay plateforme gis ñu wax APRC attaque Yaya Jammeh ma ne teg duñ dee gis ma react o ma tontu so am na ku ma ko musa laaj dinaa ko wax tey ñu bari mu leer si ñoom ma ne suma parti leader la njiit la kilifa la waaye tolluwut ma si suma waajur tey ñu bari soo attaagoon seen parents si seen yoon nekku si waaye waxal seen parti leader pare nañ pour rey la loolu du politique yéen xaw ma naka laa ko waxee si olof waaye obsession boo xam ne la dafa am lum ji ci nit ki am lum la gëmloo warut faa toll man war naa nangu ñu criticiser suma parti leader nit la perfectut minu ne lu mu wax ak lu mu def yëpp dafa correct déedéet gis nga loolu soo ko nangoo yow sa boppa ngay noppal doo am stress sa xol du métti yéena yu ñoo wax du tax nga bugg a jafur ci kaw nit ñi loolu si tolérance la bokk léegi-léegi sëj na li moo wax yow d'accorduloo si o ànduloo waaye moom loolu la gis loolu la bàyyi ko mu express pare nga am li nga leeral so di leen santa di gërëm ñëpp surtout ñi nga xam ne li ma rek ñoo jàpp ci programme bi ak ñi nga xam ne ñooy fans yi ñoo ci jàppa di pousse pour affaire yi mu dox mbégte ak kontaante la rek ñëwaat toog fii xam nga man moom fu dañ ma dee wax kaay rek ma ñëw du ma dee xam sax lu ñoo waxtaan
soo xam waaw loolu la bu doon dañ ma dee lu non man ne suñ ma ne kaay rek man damaa ñëw buñ toogee luñ ma jox rek ma jël ñu soo dafa laajte kuy ges bi ku faa nekkaa lu ñoo waxtaan
man moom soo ma ne kaay rek
Dodou is a star
definitely
ever since I remember that but Dodou jërëjëf waaye am kontaan rek di wax ne lii mooy Gambia you know lii mooy Gambia te nii la war a demee boo gisee ñuy ko nettali fii nii rek again pour jàngalante la parce que ñi seetaan bari nañ léegi xam nga dañ dee wax si télé naka si suñ seetaanee show bi naan comme especially su ma nit ki taaliboo waa lu tax nga nangu taaliboo wax li lu tax ngay toléré taaliboo mais leen boo leen ma gisee taaliboo off the camera you will know that this is not personal and li ko fi indi loolu laa nekk di def ma ne li ma fi indi loolu lay nekk di def waaye apart from that it's not personal we're friends we're brothers we're sisters we're comrades and we're partners in development kon na ci ñëpp jàngee amut ñiiroo amut ŋaaroo amut xasante amut saagante amut wàcce wante at the end of the day nit ki mun nga ko fay def lu ñaaw buñ gestoo tàggee ko xëy na yaay njëkk a jooy you understand so emotion bu mu dee tax ba ñuy dee def yeenay mun naa rafet mun na ñoo ñàkk a déggoo waaye it mun naa rafet na jikkoy rafet na jëfini rafet su boobaa you know buñ dajee waate dafa gën a neex rek comme tey fii nii comme MC mu ngi naan gis naa gisante Essa right waaye even gëj a gisee bi sax ñu ngi koolante su dara ñagasoon seen diggante loolu du fa nekk te buñ toogee fii tey ñiy seetaan dinañ gis loolu noonu fii exemple la jàngukaay la li fee xew duy xew fen nee naa leen fii mooy bu baax bi fii la mburu bi di xoyomee fii mooy Kër Fatou kon ñu dugg si programme bi waaye bëggoon naa ko indi later on waaye because of ñu ngi wax affaire yi being super careful you know because of who we are we're exposed we're in the media xam nga di bàyyi xel fi ñoo dem léegi sax daf ñoo deprive of having to enjoy having to interact having to go places that we desire to go because of si era biñ nekka ak nit ñi niñ jëlee politics bi ak how they go after people ma bëgg ko tey in this era bi ma gis nii the new trend bi is like defaming people using social media, using the internet. In the West, using technology. AI, people are using AI to become millionaires. To become billionaires. To make a lot of money. To transform their businesses. To build a life out of it. But ñun suñ four corners called the Gambia, I haven't seen AI made anybody a millionaire yet, but we're using it in the most heinous way. You understand? Bojang, I'm going to start with you. This trend that you see, the AI being used or whatever, again, mas mahariti hol bi mom ñun nekkangum nañ ci victime ay xam ne ne ñu bayangum ñu dem ci marché Dodou ye Essa ye baye ak Ablay they're also on this platform we're not the only two it's not the only two please use other people so that you can get your views and your clicks and your comments right
so the MC sonana
no sumarit bi dafa sona Essa yu nekk na buñ daw ci dafa MC li baye len jarul nga explain MC ku jotel yaa ko tooñ duma laajte sa lu xew ku jotel yaa ko tooñ waaye Ablay what say you si li nga gis nii mu nekk di xew nii rek
ñu ñëpp ñu jàng si rek politics moom it comes with it though the level is different because ñu ne one of the demerits the disadvantages of democracy is literacy or illiteracy. Democracy requires that you are literate. You should have a certain level of understanding. And if you don't have, democracy is not democracy. It becomes disorderliness. It becomes very chaotic. So, Gambia, we're pushing. We are not up there yet, but Dinaba. Now, AI is going to create, according to research and a lot of business, magazines are saying, and executives are saying, AI is going to create more millionaires than any other thing in the next, 5 years. Meaning, we should have a roadmap nationally. We should have a strategy that we work on to make sure we get more people. You see, how many people has TikTok made millionaires? But Gambia, how much of it have we taken out of it?
It's not monetized in the Gambia.
Yeah, AI.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that we
people
see.
are not getting money off of it.
Yes. These are what governments should begin to look at. Now, if the government does it, for example, see how they go around it. The guy who is using AI to bring Sifo's big head would stop, would look at it from another perspective. But it's like the thing is a joke, only fun and so on. You know, so this is the situation. But also they should understand this. The internet doesn't forget. That's the problem with the internet. And you can see, for example, you have politicians in this country that were kind of opponents. I'll not use the word enemy. But today they are the ones dining and whining. You, who was castigating the other one, and now you are even angry. These two people are now enjoying. They are the ones doing their things. So yeah, you can criticize us. Come on. That's why we are into politics. We also want to learn. I always tell people we are also learning. But do it nicely. Do it in a way that tomorrow we will be able to see eye to eye, you know, eyeball to eyeball, and that is it. Again, you don't know whether my son is the one who is going to marry your daughter. You don't know. It's going to happen. It can happen. So, everybody knows that MC is not gay. Everybody knows that, for example. So why would you do that? When you really know this about just because he has a differing opinion. Simple, okay, I don't have to, so I'll have to go personal and, you know. So that is the problem. But I think AI could be used positively. And you can use it for research. You can use it for so many things. It can teach you virtually everything. Even things that you don't know. So let's use the AI for that and stop the caricature version of it and stuff like that. It's not healthy because you don't know tomorrow. Nobody knows tomorrow. I'm talking here today, I'm no to Alliance. Tomorrow I could be any other party. Okay, my daughter can want something from the guy that I have done something to. So all these things happen. So let's just be careful. It's politics. For me, I think Gambians should begin to, you know, talk about agenda, idea. How do we fix our problems? It's better than, you know, this. You know, for example, if MC says something that in your opinion you don't, whatever, or you are confused, for example, go to AI, say exactly what MC says, and say, okay, this is my thinking. Can you give an objective view of this in the Gambian context? Probably AI will respond to you in a way that will help guide you. Then you will now know whether you have to take what MC says or what MC does, or what Mr. Bojan says, or what do they. AI is not perfect. But at least it uses sources beyond what probably Mr. Bojan has known to compare and contrast and maybe give you a much more independent view. And then you'll be able to learn. So I think that way we will learn more. That way we will go down caricature and so on. But believe it is very powerful and it can change this country. It can make a lot of millionaires. Unfortunately, we're using it for comedy. For comedy.
Sadly. Bayo. You call jele Sanyintendung, you know, more people are fighting using that. You know, we've seen the new trend. And instead of dying down, even though, you know, people have raised their voices against it, but it's becoming more, you know, common. You know, it's for the purposes of awareness, because again, we are seen to be the people that have the voice, have the platform. We sit at least every week or twice or what number of times talking to the people. The more we talk about it to sensitize people. Also, nobody danger fuck ne degala because they don't know AI. So they will first of all call you, ask you, you know what I mean? So you have to explain for them to understand. How many people do reach out to you to ask? Maybe they can make a conclusion. You know what I mean? So if we don't do the sensitization, you know, we are not also helping the situation, and it's people are going to believe in it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nene. Abaraka bake. Nyin topico kumara bakele. Aye, yedlakalim for ya eco sensitization. I think abakumara bake through Masakunda, especially Minister of Digital Economy. They should take a step because AI is something new. Gambia young moya alone, but mujama bahamang AI long and AI la dokolo AI kam mundi mun nake. It's a AI use no mundi mun nala. So these are things me along kay beje they can create, is a thing create no mole, they can, Mazakunda said Doko create no mole to AI. But Nyagi Udulu Mantra caring is, I think, the awareness where desert. So normally they're using it to caricature people, by Yusla, I condemn it. It should not happen because look, in most wali nyama, you understand, kudu biji imanya na koke. And I diaji walante nying molla nying scandal melka fidi. Let's see, even is real, for example, nying molla video lu, you know, sex scandal so and all this picture. I mean, I don't see them. You understand? I don't want to, because the thing is, I don't want to say haklo do kukilindo. Ye kodo ta ya achodi moka onte ye mola sutro, for example. Another for example is real. Mumo ya longo yela balo ke nyinti kamol tinya o kamol la sutro bondi. Alonko lumbe sila ala bete fanan wanyar lele. Misil me amal la fala. Na society from manyana ka encourage kamota, you know, I mean yela fi kamo, I mean it's a more konyama. I don't think it has to reach to that level. So for me, I now condemn le momo kake imanyana kela amanyana kela kukudolem baje kan bare nyum kukudo me alon ko baje kan bedungo society kono manyana ka encourage. So walatina they left the Ministry of digital economy. I mean, yakadoke bake. You see, Gambia, we are losing a lot. Now, the amount of people using social media or using Facebook, TikTok in this country, I said a babake. But imagine, Nyajibe, you know, mulbik beminesoto kanji, you know, our Gambia young in TikTok, you know, I mean, ikarara barabalke. You know, for them to, you know, and you see these people have viewers. Mokilin Gambia, he has about 1 million followers. You understand? But at the end of it, this 1 million follower, I mean, very far from, you cannot have that enough money. Some of them, you have to, you know, get somebody in the diaspora and the like, you understand? And what is happening? Facebook or with this AI, you know, if, let's say a country which is not monetized, another, like, for example, yellow IPK somewhere else. Sometimes Facebook, you know, I mean, they control it. They trace
can
it.
get paid for a little bit.
Yes.
They trace it. They will stop it.
They will stop it. Yes. So, but I believe now, what is the purpose of Ministry of Digital Economy? Ila doko nyanda kala mendolo nyandoko Gambia fana. Go Senegal is benefiting from this. I mean, Nigeria. You see, if you go to Nigeria, why you have, look, it's creating job. I mean, they create multiple accounts, and then they are doing the wrong, like a million hit. And these people, you know, you can see the content they come. So, what is happening? Akal molla londo kafu, like bankudungul ila smartness, you know, will, you know, ila level of smartness will be intact with other countries, other developed countries. So, mankitola and dolufele jang by use kang, you know, some of the people are using it in a very bad way. That should not happen. I condemn every form of it. You understand? I mean, let's do our politics, okay? Nana political, okay? For me, better than come back. You understand? I want to be very clean in politics. You understand? You understand? In Dobiji, some of them maybe they want to be like you. They want to be like you. But they cannot be like you. So the only thing they have is
that's a difficult one.
And the only thing,
like the
only thing is like how they are going to how they're going to spoil you. You understand? So that is something me alongo aku mad about. So memang vola mole wala ñu ko let's do politics nana politico okay nana mirol sata le men soto mole no fo mole you understand. And you know, don't let say political building no nyama. For example, political nyo tonyo, political nyo neo, political kabula nyo la siola. You understand? The more the generation is growing, nyandaka kabotole. You know, we try to move into the level of the West. You understand? Because I'm not coming to West world certainty, but they are progressive. You understand? So we can actually try to be, I mean, the Tambinola.
Absolutely.
Because every country, you need to have your model. You understand? You need to have your own way. You have to kill a bank. It's not about spying some other countries and the like. So for me, Nene, I condemn it. I am just saying this. Whoever might be affected with this, I am appealing based on Code Wala. And now make sure we do a clean politics.
Thank you. Dampha, bayoning bojang lamoy.
Yeah.
Ko kilingo nga kam minje ni watum kono molka nimang ko beto soto pour ka debate akang pour ka ñu sabakan niman la fi mola dorong bari la fete jindila yeta ye internet use
Against you.
instead of ya use pour ko beto la bari yeta ya use pour ka mol kaja fi ñi condente ya ka mol defame ka character assassination like we say earlier on in terms of political tolerance, because if we have political tolerance and maturity, we will not resort to such. But it's lack of maturity, lack of political tolerance, and lack of love for each other. Moo dee tax ñuy dee egga ci yu mel nii yëpp because of mere nañ nit ki amuñ dara lu ñoo getee bàkkat moom ñu resolve si yooyu noonu an exemple wane ko fi yow particularly yaaga nga sa media bi amin jànko wante nga ak lu nekka yeko moo bee moyle kuwol bee yaa foyi you understand just because of you haven't committed a crime but because of your affiliation which some people don't like and all that but yet still ngalon ko inene mang mira pour ye si ye mo kajafi ye mo nen you understand ye kumo fo mol ye mi yalon ko aman soto you understand it's all political tolerance and that's the reason why we bringing it again na mo talibo wo fanang top notch ay tolerance soto bake tuba no ni be show jube ka ate fak aka jube le de bari aka message le sen groupe auto ñim yef ñim fo ñim fo mo do ni ye kumol fo ye wo kumol fo ye ibe kampala bari abuka kamfa aka lonne ko atele sita jang atele afang expose anyanta just tolali la dorong itol la fahamuro le mang sia you understand yemune soto pour ka fo wokula.
Thank you very much. With the advent of these technologies, notably AI, walmu inventional or innovational remialonko tubabole yake. Yalla ndol mo fi ngol ñanta ñoo ñini ngala ndol what do we invent
yalla ni mol ya fo ko tubabol ka fe kala alkana fo tubab alfo haklimal le ya invent
we got tubabol in a sense fondol saw maklo soro we also have hakilo
bari bokan hakilo use in a good way
that's what I'm coming that's my argument exactly
okay
alam mi mol de hakilo di belala liaje fang atako sa are able on your free will to choose your pathway. Kadino choose. I able unconditional. Because I have to make you fit enough to get between the two, the right and wrong. I mean that Tubago la wala kela. Tubago went and do and invent things nun kaharamaya nafa kaharamaya sambanyato. You motol plenol ani jaway bole kon sangi nata kaharama ya AI introduce pour que molu makoy ka dunia advancing for example you doing research you had university you want to write a dissertation or you want to write your thesis you want to go in for a literature review it can take you 1 month 2 months 3 months for that only that component but today with the advent of AI it's actually less than 2 weeks you are done Fentema be a crown is a terrace bokono, a crown. Is it a game yalon ko? You wanna do
other universities if you use give you zero.
No, that is the way you go about
it. You can use it to research. You don't just allow it to do everything for you.
Yeah, I know.
To do your work.
It's research.
But you are doing it just to make sure
to gather your facts.
Compress your facts.
Yeah, I know.
Then you pick and choose. You wanna take everything.
You verify what.
For example, you wanna research on media friendly environment in the Gambia. If you click that one, you're gonna have exactly
Yeah.
Gambia there.
You modify it.
Maybe you will see it, America is this, Canada is this.
Yeah.
Nigeria. Now you make it with your own understanding, but you have idea.
Yes.
It's a
I think guideline.
It guides
So
you.
that idea you pick and also coin it with your own one, then you move on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take a jalka, now we're going to help you. Automatic. You start, then we'll be doing that for you.
Yeah.
It's not that they're going to drive, no, but probably, but now, for us, how are we using it? That's the question. Are you using it for our political adversaries? Defamation and character assassination? So then is that the essence to our Islamic Kama?
No.
All right. Now, what is the solution? That is what we call tech diplomacy. Tech diplomacy, with the proliferation of this social media and then technology, Jumaleka a propound mostly when tech companies. Sometimes actually they are not state actors. You understand? Like companies, in like you call this Elon Musk company and others,
Like private
companies. Now, we want to bank you want properly not use can. Signing as countries, as regions, as a world, put policies and program nati, prove or durable kind of more haramaya tina. I cannot use haramaya tina. That would bring in tech diplomacy. Where the diplomats would sit at the bilateral or multilateral level to talk about bringing in policies and programs and laws to curtail this kind of thing that we are talking about today. For example, they say, name like cybercrime. But it's at the National Assembly. So such things. Ni mo di wal nata banko kan betala ku jamala. Kaje ko ni mo luati sign. Mama ya mo video sent out. O ya mo coin ya clone. Ya ko be ni that is not true. Luwa be ni la kan and they should be sophisticated enough to trace. Then you don't for the sophisticated fellow, you have to be well equipped and versed with the technology so that it's a trace now. Jumal le account because telephone company. Dila pay SIM card delay you register. Why do it? Because in case of tomorrow, if police want the print out, they know this is Boja and this is Dampha.
Yeah, through the IME number, they know which number is in which phone.
Now our diplomat or security, they can do the same. Prukajeko, Haramadi ya se tankano, nse taraji technology use kan, atara ma use kanyo tinya, ma use kanyo kele. You know, how are we going to monetize? How are we going to make it to create employment? Now, along that line, our diplomats can argue at the international forum. We also want our country like Gambia to be enjoying the same reward
and privileges,
that other countries are using. We have a lot of young people who are sitting at home. We cannot even give them job, but they are very smart and intelligent.
Absolutely.
So if you have this kind of monetization, that can also help to increase or to employ many people, and that can also ease burden on governments.
Absolutely.
Because hungry man is an angry man. It's all over. You resort to government.
And when you're idle, you talk
Government
about
is
things.
is a grandparent of anyone. Is our government I'm marking it from because and all his safety is against the government. Now you fit, I will see my money. This is my money. He's stealing. He's built this house.
It's not true. It's not their money.
Yes,
But it's not true.
But it's true also.
Sometimes it's not true. Sometimes you don't know how you get it.
Most times it's true.
Like for example, you see me driving my own 4-wheel here.
No, I know.
No, you're fine, but you're saying a Gigi.
No,
you say when a Gigi passes.
And then Gigi passes, you know, Gigi is about Gambia. It's not about Essa or whatever. Today you are appointed as minister, that can be given to you. But if you are sacked, you leave it there.
Yeah, that's true.
For your predecessor to come.
But this argument of you see a Gigi pass, you was like, that's my money.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's true. That's
and
their
then
money.
It's also serving your interests at some point.
Not all the time.
That's it. It's all the time. That's what I'm saying.
No, not all the time.
You understand?
Now, I agree with you.
When it comes to
I agree with you, but not all
when
the
it comes to you are like this.
Okay, just allow it.
When it comes about the political tolerance that you are explaining, the one taught me politics says, like if you see a politician castigating, insulting mothers, is women, he don't have what to sell because you're a marketing officer. You have a product to sell. If you have a product to sell, I don't think you'll be engaged on this kind of reckless behavior because you are very busy selling your product. So the market price as a one. So mon me along ko katra busy be mol nenne be mol political advice you attack le be nenna. I don't think that they are even helping themselves, neither they are political idol or parties. Because harama dingo political kabalu harama dingo lela. Party ba party nding mol le ka ke party ba de mol ka party ndi what? Saying political dynamic has changed in the Gambia forever. It will never come back to the same. Before you can subjugate somebody, ya nene or ya selendi, I support hana malafi. But it's saying it more slender no, it more nena no, it more forcela no. Now you have to bring the facts on the table. Nganahand ak nini, ini mo la nyo nene, ala nyo samba kuke, yekuma di ma for mole, yekuma for mole mi alonko, ayek ngo muta, then they can follow you. But not come on intimidate. Because you have a different ideology. You understand? And political tolerance should be inculcated in our political discourse. All political platforms. Political party or leaders all. Ala all commandi. Ala fi joni leaders all commandi. Aliye kachandi minam politikoti. Politic party nyaron katija mi mujahilo de malo do sura be la karande be la degree long. They all have their knowledge. But you know what happened? Elites and the masses. You know what elites are doing to the masses? They're blindfolding them. Because you have no control elites, so they cannot offend the masses on the cutting. But the money of masses for the pulling. No masses, one of them can get funding, you be started calling, you go hold to you, camera on the eye pumping. Well, the commands are seen the world like a bond. You only elite, you more than done, party leader, young boy, Essa Dampha, they are the elite, they are few. But if you look at the people, I don't know, if you look at council, I don't know, if you look at president, I don't know, Niman Nato. Gelegel fani la leka ibuga to na fali ikalu ni fitno kon ikalu ni nyokon ndia ikalu ni kelo kon inin kare nyokon at bo ya fugen yana yo so no mari basiri be adol de ma be fitno la abuga da nyola sangot abuga da nyola kulyor indi na of ko mantra politically o pati ya ngo de ma they can sit eye to eye and discuss what they want to do discuss. So ni na mo ko de mi alon ko elitoro minke kam ma warin ka fu dawda ma so ali be nga kuling political cannot do more tema. Me mona de apa ko fight. What do you want for me? I explain. Now I come to go and vote for the person. Align yourself with the person. Natra ko I fem fa ben kamek mo don't go away. Along to you they are all the same. Abe mo plus nilaldi, abe mo doko nilaldi, abe want to be employed, they all want to be having something and live luxuriously. So this is it. AI can I get we employ on our government like Minister of Information and Minister of Digital Economy, Communication and Digital Economy, and our foreign ministry. Let them engage in tech diplomacy to make sure that we use good part of this AI to benefit Gambia and Gambians. Rather than use against each other to defamation, character assassination, or like a new thing. So
thank you, Essa. But before I move to the next person quickly, when you talked about leaders need to descend on their followers to ensure that they are responsible in their utterances, they have tolerance, and they're not, involved in this castigation and back and forth or whatever. For few past this, I saw your breakaway, the no to NPP camp. NDP.
National Democratic Party, isn't it? Huh? Is it National Democratic Party?
National Democratic Party.
Yeah. Keba Ahmad.
Keba Ahmad, yes, exactly. Yes. Keba Ahmad, they wrote a statement, and the complaint is that as a member of the NPP has been insulting the head, right? Head of the movement, and saying derogatory things to whatever, and they were calling on, the NPP to do something, at least, make sure they talk to the individual to stop and things like that. Yeah. It just remind me when you talked about leaders need to also ensure that, they know the members that are doing it, if there is any, and ensure they don't do it. Because if you align yourself with a political party and you come out and go after somebody in the name of supporting that party or whatever, I think the right thing is that party to really come out and distance themselves from your utterances. And if it's a trend, a continuous thing that is really tainting your party or your leadership, they need to take drastic measures to the extent of maybe even expelling you to that party. I'm sure you saw that.
Yeah, I saw it, and just to put it, I think that one is more of personal issue than the because you see sometimes the whole Ghana was a solar. It happens, and then eventually they went to police.
Oh,
These
okay.
They went to police. Yeah,
Okay.
Because she's the one even took the guys to police.
Okay.
For a personal reason. They went to police and solved their matter there. And then police just called both of them. They solved the matter, I think so. But I don't think it's specifically on party matters. Because that lady, I don't think I don't even recognize her much. Maybe I don't even think she's that.
No, she's very connected to NPP. Mama Jabi is very connected to NPP.
No, you gotta say very weak. What is her position there?
No, but I mean, look.
What is that? No,
I'm saying Mama
Jabi.
Jabi was the lady. Look, let me tell you about Mama Jabi. Mama Jabi le Musoti can bring traffic light jam. Now,
it's about our party. That's a state matter.
But Mama Jabi.
So what are you trying to say?
Mama Jabi, right now, what I understand. PIU officer, Mama.
Why?
Protecting, I don't know. We are there to protect.
That's a state matter. Okay. PIU is a state.
But okay, let's put it into perspective.
Can I have a minute?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. You know what Brother Essa said? We've had, and what Sifo is pointing at is also there. Now let's get all that out. We don't want to talk about Mama Jabi. We don't want to talk about it. But now see Mahmoud Savile as presidential advisor in his post using AI to demean people. What have you? And Mahmoud Savile has a role in NPP. Has a role as far as the government is concerned. So state and party are different, and that's his argument. But now, let's bring Mahmoud Sabali. Get this guy out. Sabali, we have seen putting Essa as vulture or this or that. We've seen all those demeaning things. But Sabali is the one who advises the president. And it means he should not be someone attracting negativity towards the presidency or the seat. So Mama Jabi, I don't know her, I agree, no problem, has nothing. But if we talk about political leaders, the biggest political leader and the pace setter should be the presidency. If you have a special advisor doing that, then the Mama Jabi argument cannot even hold. So this is what Sifo is trying to talk about. Mama Jabi was just an example. But as you said, I know you agree with my argument. Because you have said that the leaders...
I only said Mama Jabi because the case with the
that
is Mama Jabi.
And we want to counter-argue that. That's why I said now, let's talk about Mama Jabi. And we
let's allow him to come.
I also express my knowledge in the case.
Yes.
Because Mama case is more or less of personal.
Okay.
Because party of my responsibility, they got a police lay. It will tell a police lay. Come after the police. You mean, matter settled in between them. Because even if newspaper GB last week, I think, one from that party, NDP, even the one...
Another party is a movement.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think they have filed their
they filed, but it's not been...
It's not official yet.
ICC don't call them.
Yeah, but one of the member of the
I think it's standard.
Yeah, on standard. You see, if you read everything there, it's like there's something matter. Police called them, because Mama is the one who took them there. So
that is it.
Now they solved that matter in between them. But we are only saying, effect from now. I am not saying it's not happening across parties.
You are defending.
All the parties.
You are not defending,
All the parties are doing it. Even your Lord Allahs, they are doing it. With APRC, what NPP people, what UDP, everybody is, most of the party members are doing it. But all the time,
but APRC don't have the role to stop it. Who has the role to stop it and the power and the trust of...
You don't get my point.
No, I get the point. I don't want the argument to be fair.
You don't get my point.
I appointment for Jah. I appointment for Jah general.
I just want to
go. I mean, tonight we is everywhere.
So what are you saying?
Everywhere. Parties or movement.
And we advise. I don't say that only president or government ruling party like tackle or opposition like tackle. Each and everyone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Five ruling lady, five opposition lady go. alanga decency dundi na political kon.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a lot to discuss. This should be the battle of ideas. What you can offer. You say this policy cannot take us anywhere. I say no, it can't. I defend it. You also bring what you have on the table. We discuss it. But the more personality, it's not your business. That woman assemble Palazzo, whether you can do the job or not.
And my biggest insult is Abu Jakar.
You can do the job or not.
What a let me
That's your personality. If you want to do it, you do it. If you want to stay up,
Dodou Jah balance.
there is no law that says you can't be a minister because you don't have a wife.
Yes, absolutely.
Between personal life and public life.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I agree completely what you said, right? And I respect it. But I think also we need to understand where he's coming from. All of them wane munolo wax ki door ba naka munolo wax ki joy nopil te waxulo ki door bayil. Because at the end of the day, it's a matter of power. Who has the power to make things happen and make things not to happen? Again, you understand? Again, with the mama thing, okay, if you say it's a personal thing and they've solved it, fine.
But
for that part,
yeah,
okay, I agree. They solved it. I think it's good. And I hope it will not repeat for the NDP to have to come out crying to say somebody has to do something for her to stop. I hope it doesn't happen, right? But again, as somebody who's recognized to be from the NPP and a staunch supporter of the NPP, sometimes when you see your members engage in certain things, you don't even have to wait for the people that they're doing it to cry. You can call them and say, hey, you know what you're doing is not in line with our values and our principle and our beliefs and our code of conduct of where you claim to belong or where you're supporting. We can do that and stop them. I've seen a lot of people, diverse parties, write certain things or whatever. I don't come on Facebook and just write there. I call you on the ground and say, you know what, Linga Binda, whatever. Even if it is true, you as who you are or where you belong, where you support, because the dots can be connected. Legi do nekkat sa problem sa, then ko jël jox ko problem be somewhere else. So those things can happen. I think that's where Bojang is talking about. And I agree. You know, it's across the board. We all need to fight the fight to stop the indecency, you know, and make sure that we act responsibly and we sanitize our politics, our utterances and everything else. But thank you very much, Essa. Cham Babel Demba Cham. You're being a victim of the thing that we're talking about. Naka nga ko dundee rek ak lan ngay wax askan bi lan nga si jàngat.
jërëjëf Ndéné foog naa dégg naa Bayo ak Bojang ak Demfa.
Okay.
Comme noo ko waxee victime la de man dama ko dee xool may reesa.
yëgaluloo ko sa yaram.
waaw am na benn système bu ma ko seen mu ne ma loo nangoo lii mu dal la ma ne ko yow da nga lokki nga nekk Europe. ko yow ma ne ko yaa gën a dof si Gambie bi. mu ko yow
man boobu daf ma tas.
ma ne ko yow da nga war a gërëm sa waajur ñu la yóbbee Europe. dañu kon soo nekkoon Europe.
dof bu ma ngaa nekk
dof ma ngay nekk. ma ne ko yow xam nga ne lii mu da nekk. waaw lu nga xam ne si gaadar leen toog ñun ñu ngi toog su naka la mën a fonante mën a am suñu biir. so foog naa ne AI bi gars yi dañ ko war a xoolaat comme lu Essa wax. soo nekkee ne yow politicien nga wala dafa am candidate booy jaay jaayal sa candidate. wala bul jéem a ne da ngaa loo xam nga Gambie sax ñu bëri ñuy follow mi soo génnee am soo génnee biir kaama bi am na dëkk yooyu dem sa amul internet. am na du ndee xam sa lu xew si internet bi. so yow da ngaa foog ne looy def nii yaa nga yaaxal ni fekk yaaxuloo ko lu si ëpp sax nit ko yaa ngi koo defar yaa ngi tax ñu ngi koo xam ba dafa baax ñu suñ government bi tamit doo di xoolaat gis nga internet bi comme TikTok bu bàyyi di wax nii ni ngay amee ñu si liggéey xaalis su bëri even government Sénégal yi dañ si loi léegi da ngaa fay taxe.
influencers.
everything da ngaa fay taxe.
Absolutely.
so mu ngi ñëw back to the government léegi ñoom sax ñu ngi si am xaalis. seen mu ngi ñëw seen économie bi. So government
it's a job for a lot of people. They
Yeah.
do nothing, but that's what their job is. And
Every
that's how
morning.
they earn money.
Right.
So they pay tax on what they earn
They
from
pay
it.
tax. Wow.
And if you use it irresponsibly, there are laws also in Senegal. You know, they clamp down on you.
Absolutely.
They take you to court. They take you to jail to serve time because of your irresponsibility that you've
waaw because
manifested there.
Sénégal gi loo baa ngi fa tey rek gis naa fi jigéen yi nga xam ne ñu lay yóbbu.
Wallahi.
ñu lay yóbbu prison tey si loolu. because ngi toog si media amee dañ leen employé ñuy monitor léegi social media bi.
Yes.
Sénégal yi dañ employé ay nit dañu ko di monitor ku nekk.
They create a special
Kind of unit or department.
Unit, exactly.
No, Dubai. Facebook. No, you don't just use Facebook directly. No, They have their, you need to download
VPN.
VPN. And that VPN is controlled.
And even WhatsApp in Dubai.
Yes, I think so the problem is Gambia, our internet circle, we have no control over it. It's free market. Come on,
in school terms from civil education term, I'm going to hear what the Minister of Digital or Information, civil education, they have role play, more play. More you do see the Western Gambians, the import of new use technology, communication, Facebook. Gambia dañu jékki-jékki rek Facebook am na ñu dugg Facebook. ñu bëri noonu la ñu rek dugg Facebook.
all the social media, WhatsApp, TikTok.
waaw so Gambia dañu ñëw rek ma ne download ma Facebook ma bëgg a dugg Facebook ma bëgg a dugg am ko am WhatsApp ma bëgg am lii so moo tax problème bu nga suñu seen loo yi nga xam ne man loo bu gars yi bëgg a isi si assemblée dama ko support bëgg mun loo eus ma rek nga yaaxa buuja wala nga toog di ko saaga di ko xas def lu nekk jaru ko politique la gis-gis yi mun naa nekk kii mun naa kii gom lii parce que ñu gars yi bàyyi xel mooy waxoon naa ko fi last week yéen tey mu ngay nekk ñoom ñuy saagante ëllëg ñu ngi leen toogaat si bokk benn table bokk benn liggéey mu ngi parce que ñu ngi ko gis every time fu mu gisee ne speaker Tom Mong Jatta fu mu toogaat nu Ibrahima Silla léegi ah loolu war naa jàngal yu bëri la war a jàngal waaw Sidi Ndiaye fu mu war a toogaa nun naka
Del bàyyi suma xarit bi suma wooda bi MC day joxe exemple
so loolu dafa war a jàngal dafa war a
Sidi bu ñu tudda Sidi
bu am na time ñooñu du laalo
laalo di wa tey yow
waaw lu ne laalo waaye tey ñun ñee xoolal tey naka soo oolee président bi vice président kan mooy speaker bi Tom Mong la so léegi noonu Ibrahima Silla ñoom ñëpp léegi ni nga toogaa ñu di waxtaan ak ñoom benn table discussion ñoom so loolu dafa la war a jàngal ni ene mun ngaa da nga war a bàyyi xel ni daf dee change léegi bëgg yow loolu ut yow kenn mënuloo koo am comme lu Essa wax tey soo politique da nga war a politique bi dafa change léegi fu mu jaar nga nekk naxaaniti peut-être sa parti da nga bëgg mu gros bi noo ko mën a amee mooy fu mu jaar nga waxanji wax yi nga xam ne da nga mën a convince ay nit ñu am yaakaar ñu toppala bon nit ki mënuloo koo saaga xas ko dégg ko fu mu déggut nga bëgg ñu àndaa yow su àndee yow sa mbokkaam ñu àndaa yow so moo tax il faut ñu xoolaat suñu politique bi
sanitize ko
waaw suñu jaay sanitize ko ñu xam ne nu mu yaaga daf bee jee
dëgg
because novembre ne si soobee yàlla décembre jeex na soo xuloo bi ñaayo bi saagante xasante si mbedd bi jaru ko boo ñooy daje fu nekk bon waruñu use this AI bi doo di jël ay nit parce que lii di moo gàmme di moo contrôle ko mun naa tas ay sëy sax mun naa tas lu nekk bu nga amee lañ ko dee góom balaa nga da nga am pour wane lii non lii AI la nangam fere ñi amee la góom nañ ko amee la ci am na keroog comment ma benn poste mu ne ay kon yow léegi yow géey nga léegi am na comment loolu sax soo gis nga soo ñoom ñëpp léegi ni ngi amee pour nga gën ko su ñoom dafa difficult soo fu mu jaar nguur bi tam loo ay si loo peut-être du nguur government bi rek even political leadership dañ si war a play role suñ political rally si press conference yi waaw
not only sensitize waaye ku bokk si ñoom su dee am nañ evidence ne moom moo def lu mel nii ñu jël steps toward it set examples then ñu bari tamit
gis nga ñaari parti dañ dañoo gaay exemple gis nga APR si jàmme daf dee daaxa APR si
aka mu ci gaaw
jàmme dafa dee espel daaxa la
moom baaru daa
moom jàmme caxanu ko waaw soo saagee nga xas ni ni APR si dafa laa daa si parti bi ak noo mun di am doole noo mun di amee influence noo ko mën a am dafa laa génne si parti bi.
So I remember there was a political rally. Somebody, I wouldn't want to call the name, but somebody was speaking on the rally and said something that was indecent. Jamie, stop. Bepare wako mu gena out of the meeting.
Pero ko kilifa la woon si parti bi.
On that
jamono time boobu kilifa la sax si parti bi. So fu ñu jaar nga am discipline si parti. fu ñu jaar même ba si am discipline am na ñu use fake accounts boobu mun na am doo xam kan la. soo xoolee naka AI bu gaay di génnee nii soo xoolee lu fa nekk ñu ngi ne NPP Barrow must go.
The NPP must go.
NPP must go. loolu laa gis gars waaw NPP Barrow must go so loolu kenn fu ñu jaar ñu trace ko so moo tax loolu fu ñu jaar ñu xoolaat la nga politique bi dañ ko war a dafa war a nañ jaay suñu agenda.
Don't worry, we'll unearth who the owner is. We're working on that. And it's not even NPP. We'll trace the person.
nañ jaay suñu agenda.
Don't worry, we'll expose you very soon.
suñu programme si.
If it's a business, the business is going to collapse.
Candidate
very soon.
soo amee candidate jaayal sa candidate bi dafa mbir xam nga political party dafa nduru ni comme ñu da jaay si marché xam nga jaaykati marché yi table bi nii kii mi ngay jaay ndox kii di jaay ñëpp di jaay ndox so kuy jëna moom mooy ñu xool ban moo gën a seeda o ban moo gën a tàng dafa des moom ban la bugga moom mu jëna loolu mooy politics waaye te man suma friends yi bari maanaam ñu bokkuñ parti waaye am na maanaam ñooy toog ñu waxtaan ñu ka so dimanche fu ma dee voué da nga fa am UDP suñ mouvement bi nga am fa APR ñëpp nga fa am ñëpp parti yi fa nekk every soo ñu rek campagne ñëpp den dee xuloo fa suñu paree ku nekk dafa dem am na ko amee Xalifa kii la nekk naka Essa Mbay moom mooy ñëw mu xumbat jotaay bi suñu paree jox ñëpp loxo Xalifa Jawara soo kon yooyu yëpp xam nga moo war a am bu ko lii la si da ngaa gis maanaam Dodou Jah ñu daje si programme ñu lëngante rek kaf waxtaan Essa di same thing bàyyi di same thing soo bëggee nekk yow supporter bi nga nekk fële nga bil ennemi nga xam ne yow addi bi yow yaa faa des wala ñoom suñu dajee place ñoom ñooy waxtaan de suñuy def alliance wala ñu def coalition ñoom ne yow doo fa nekk da nga eewle ñu ne waa def nañ coalition fekk yow am nga si noonu peut être di ñëw pour tas ay mbokka ñëw pour tas ay dëkkandoor dafa ñëw pour ñëpp nekk benn mun ngaa bokk man bu ma taxaw suma independent candidate suma système mu ngi APRC dafa dem di campagne waa APRC si pare mu ñëwaat si kër Ibou Taw mu ne mu da bàyyi jàmbe so loolu mu ngi am bu ma nekk GDC suma jabar nekkul foofu bokkum parti ma naa moom fay taxawut musu wax mbiri politique suñu séeréer ñu continuer ba léegi alhamdulilah léegi isi naa ko fu ma nekk so loolu naante rek la waaw soo wala soo fu ko boo jaay forcé non da bàyyi force la da nga amoon ma si jëkkër ni yëg nii si yàggee sa sëy mun na am problème bàyyi ko si raay tam lu mu gëm yow nga gëm loo gëm wala affaire yi AI bi ñëpp ko war a condamné ñëpp ko war a ñaawlu tey mun naa nekk MC la mun naa nekk Dodou Jah mun naa nekk Bayo mun naa nekk keneen so loolu dañ ko war a ñaaw dañ ko war a génne suñu politique bi political leader yi dañ war a waxtaan suñu parti militant si parti supporters yi ñu am discipline committee su ko MC moo ko def nañ oo MC woon ko benn ñetti yoon su ko mundu nga génne ko sa parti génne ba ko génne noonu sax mun na laa yokkal moo votes waaw dara nga bàyyi ko fa muy yaax am na ñu si parti dina yaax parti da nga fa ñoom ñu ngi laa defee fekk sa parti bi ñu ngi koy yaax bu ko am na bu ko sax Facebook pour am ñu duñ ko like am na duñ comment wala ñu riree romba ñoo gën a garaaw si Facebook social media ñu xam ne duñ like duñ comment waaye ñoom ñu riree romba la ñu di jeexal leen fekk ñoom xam ne lu xam ba pare bàyyi so yow yaa war a meg soo gis ne ñooñu police nga leen génne leen sa parti Jammeh doon dafa taxoon Yaya Jammeh daal élection doon taxaw daal mu ngi élection parce que mu ngi expert xam nga lañu Yaya Jammeh expert am na benn IA 21 nit la expert xam nga 25 nit la expert la taxa fat ñëpp la génni
Jammeh kay moom daaxa moom gaaw na si ak mu am
soo amee daaxa ñibbi sa kër da nga yaa
ne ko bàyyi nga ko
ba tey dama gis naa mu am na ñu isiaat ba ñu daaxam baalal na gaa ngay ñëwaat gis naa ñu daaxa nga demaat na gaa
soo reconcile
waaw nga demaat na gaa jërëjëf
Dodou ba ñëw si yow balaa ñoo move si beneen topic understand nga boo xam ne bu am importance la tamit yow ku la xam ne IT sa fiil la sa xel màcc na ci lool loo yàgga di def la xam nga and ma yaakaar ne di ci def loo xam ne luy njëriñ askan bi la luy indi yokkute waaye ñu ñëw ba jamono fuñ toll nii technology mu evolve evolve boo xam ne dafa war a gën a yombal things dafa war a gën a indi yokkute ak jëm kanam waaye niñ ko waxee rek ñeena ñi di ko use on sa pour yàqa pour wàccee pour tilimal ak yooyu noonu again MC wax na fi leen ne civic education right war nañoo def a lot of sensitization education in terms of lii nii man nangu ko because of education of let's say 25 years ago amuñu woon yii technology was not this advanced if there was even any but now mu ngi nii fii nii ndax yow it sa xam-xam si IT ndax di nga nangu ne ok war nañ ko commencé si very low level in schools pour xale start di ko jàng nga xam ne they will not just be exposed to it at a very higher level ñu bari ñu ngay jàng school fii nii mosuñoo own a laptop or an iPad or a tablet waaye dañoo pare ñu jël leen yóbbu leen outside for studies there right now people don't write on blackboards right people are not taking pen to write teachers are not giving you like paper notes or whatever they give you references for you to go and research and do your thing. So that migration transition daf dee difficult ak suñ xale yu bari si sa xam-xam ak say many years of experience in this field, now connected it to this, do I call it a predicament or whatever that we are facing, especially in the politics. What say you on that?
Jërëjëf time bi ma jàngale plan was suma students soo ñëwee ci IT there's a saying luñ gëm la te lu am la ne every student is a tutor, every tutor is a student. De képp kuy jànga ci IT di nga nekk jàngalekat parce que loo xasa jànga xam ko rek ñu baree ko soxla then soo leen buggee xamal li nga jànga noonu kon yow tam jàngalekat ne jàngalekat bu nekk tam dafa am pour nekk jàngakat lu tax mu war a nekk jàngakat technology la yokkute la luy evolve la tey lii lañ génnee li moo fi ses ëllëg leneen lu ees dina ñëw yow mi jàngale lu ees loolu jànguloo ko woon faaw nga jàng ko student bi lim jot a jàng am na ku ko jàng dafa am pour jàngal kooku because lu tax ñu isi da taam maanaam du lu taxaw du am luy yokkute la mooy si man dama daan wax suma student yu bari man jamono dina ñëw soo buggee nekka watchman sax dafa soxla nga dem jàngi IT because tey ñu ngi koo gis ay bunta yoo xam ne du lay jël di ko korose technology moo ko doxal nga bës ay bitong mu ibeeku ay bitong mu tëju di use ay code ci ibi dara di ko tëj loolu dafa soxla nga am idea about IT suñu waxee IT du rek fi computer kese it goes beyond that technology dëgg la système bi lu ci ëpp is computerized waaye besuñ ko only on computer so foofu la àddina di tollu en dafa gën a yokku so moo tax tey ñu bari ñu ngi focus si jàng foo jaar nga jàng waaye mbir yi dafa ñëw pour yombalal ñun suñ dunda naka la ñoo dëkkee yokkute yi ñoo am pour ñu use ko lan positively loo xam ne dafa is njëriñ waaye dafa am ñoo xam ne seen IQ maanaam ni ñoo xalaat seen xalaat dafa suufe torop su nit ñi di xalaat nañ defar ñu am yokkute ñoom ñu ngi xalaat ni ñoo yaaxee maanaam ñoom dañ des gannaaw so dama am ne lu mel ni AI ñu ne la artificial intelligence la lépp lu ci nekk ay nit ñoo ko créer teg ko waaye jubluwaay bi mooy lan pour defar la parce que wax nañ ko fii ne AI dina def ñu bari ay millionnaire so man su ma toogee suma koona nit ñi di xalaat naka la ñoo nekkee ay millionnaire man may xalaat naka la yaaxee deri jàmbur so loolu moo laa want some people ne they stoop so low like seen boppa yi dara nekku fa ñoom daal yaaxa rek at the end of the day lan la laa njëriñ dëgg la technology tolluwul foo xam ne ci réew mi nit ñi ñu bari seen xam-xam àggana fa wala am nañ di understanding waaye nit ñi dofuñ parce que soo jëlee ñaari nit foo xam ne jotaay bi ay kilifa ñu ngi fa nga ne ñooñu dañoo toog foofu di fonante xam nga loolu nit ki su ko gomee dafa ñàkk fayda xoolal jotaay bi su doon ci club la wala yeneen place di ngeen ok fii place yi dañ fa dee def lu mel noonu parce que war ngaa xam ci réew bi nga nekk Gambie ñun tollooguñ foofu soo ko defee publicly nit ñi dañ laa adresse ne la hey li nga def ni fii du place am mind your business boobu àggagut ci réew mi fii soo ko defee dinañ la adresse so moo tax ñi koo def man dama gis ne ñoom seen boppa whatever moo nekk seen eene nekkuñ ñoo xam ne sa dëkk bi war leen na fulal ñu faydal leen ba lu ñoo génne ñu nekk di ko tasaare waaw nga man su ma bañee nit man laa forcé yow tam bañal kooku man loolu laa wax ne xeexi jàmbur na ko borom dëj bi bàyyi ko moom mu jooy dëjam waaye dañ bugg a isi politique boo xam ne man su ma bañee nit da nga ko war a bañ su ma bokkut ak nit yow tam danga ma ci war a toppa ma yóbbaale la comme foofu la civic education war a ñëwee nit ñi politique bi ñoo xeex di ñiroo ngaay lan mooy politique dañ war a jàngal nit ñi politique man yàgg naa si politique taxut nga xam politique ñeneen ñi seen boppa sax politique wuñ ba war a xam sax luy politique man dama dee dem si garage bi foofu laay campé di waxtaan dafa tax ma mën a defar moto déedéet foog nga commit sa boppa ci loolu nga def tam li war ñu won la nga jàng ci mooy tax nga mën a defar moto waaye yàgg naa ci politique du lay loolu taxul nganta yow nga xam ci politique ñeneen la depuis Tami Jawara mu ma commencé politique waaye ba tey xamuloo politique nag so foog ñu am understanding boobu ñi ko war a mën a jàngale civic education is very very important waaye en tant que réew tam lu ñu war a xeex la parce que loolu du isi yokkute ci kenn ki nga jéem a yaaxa loolu terewu ko dem bis bu nekk mu ngee doxi soxlaam di def lu moo def yow laajal sa boppa ban njëriñ nga ci am gis nga technologie amul benn dëkk bu am yokkute tey te technologie bokkut ci
dëgg
kon ñun nuñ ko usee mooy wane ndax ñun dañ bugg a dem wala dañ bugg a toog di xoole so moo tax loolu kenn warul koo engage encourage ñu ko use negatively because impact bi moo am du si nit ki rek dëkka la moo yaa tey li ñoo wane su fekkee ne loolu dëgga la nga jël góor ak góor ne ñu ngi foonante fan la xewee ñu ne Gambia yaa ngi yaaxa deri Gambia so why should we encourage that in the name of politics or di jéem a farfarlu nit comme ñii def lii dañ leen war a lijjante ba gis leen te dañ leen war a expose ñu teg leen ci yoon ngir lu wax nangu ko mooy discourage ñeneen ne bala maa dugg ci lii xaaral ma def ci loo xam ne dafa isi njëriñ ci man suma boppa ak nit ñi wala ci réew mi léegi-léegi nit ki nga foog ne moom nga yaaxuloo yaa ngi yaax réew mi ci boppam nga joxe very bad image li MC di wax la rek nit mu ngi ci politique mu ngi ci sa parti di def yéenay nga foog ne mu ngi laa jàppale mu ngi laa soppa non mu ngi yaax parti bi because li moo wax ak li moo binda dafa tax ñu bari tey xëy na ñu ngi woon ci yoon di waaxu di ñëw ñu def 360 yu toon ne man fii daal fi ma jëm nii du fii ngir lan lim wax lim binda kenn adresse ko so lu ñu wax lu bari nag silent mean consent soo ci noppee dafa mel ni soo ci àndul sa waay neex na la en loolu dañ ko war a xeex ñu génne ko ci politique bi en léegi-léegi lu ñu dee rek ñi dee war a wax nangu ñoo wax mooy soo leen ooyee fii sax ñu daw wala ñu jox la ngante ak excuse et ñoom ñoo waroon di toog ci façon jotaay yi di leeralal nit ñi di jàngal ak sa askan bi man loolu laa gëm ne mooy xam-xam waaye yow li tax nga jàngi am kayit mooy pour ñu jox la place fooy mun a liggéey nga dundal sa famille jeex na man gisuma xam-xam ci loolu man xam-xam mooy ne li nga xamle la olof wax li nga xam ñeneen war nañ koo xam soo leen ko jàngalut ñu déggee ci yow mun cee jàng waaye xam rek ba pare disappear kenn mënut laa gis kenn du la mën a génnee sax loo xam ne yow da ngaa am jokkoo ak nit ñi di leen jéem a leeralal man xam-xam boobu ñeewuma ko xam-xam pour sa poos fees xam-xam pour sa soxla faju man façon xam-xam boobu amul dara lu ma ci ñee kon ci gàttal li nga wax waaw xaleel dañ ne yar ko ci ba muy gune xam nga soo déggee gune mooy fu mu commencé di ràññe fu mu commencé bugg a seet moom lan la bugg a doon moo tax ñu ne gune da nga koo laaj lan nga bugg a doon ëllëg mu ne man docteur man lawyer laa bugg a nekk man lii moom foofu bugg a am la waaye léegi tes ko ci waxtaan yooyu tegal ko ay jumtuwaay yu mel noonu xale bu la ne dafa bugg a nekk docteur nga isi ko ay foyekaay yoo xam ne ci fi health la mu bàyyi ko fa seeti leneen déedéet kon kooku pareegul pour nekk docteur ci li moo seeti nag xelam foofu la ko jox fa la sampu den jàppale ko ci loolu mu dem moo tax soo demee ci yeneen réew dañ koo def ici ay different foyekaay ne la tabaxal defaral fixal pour seet yow sa focus si lan la nekk den su boobaa nañ la mun a génne ci loolu moo tax léegi-léegi ñuy organise activité ici xale yi ne feccaleen ñu seet ñoo xam ne di nga gis ku taxaw moom mu ngi rus am kersa nañ ne kii yi fi fecca du mbiram nga gis ko xam ne na ci fecca ba simi daalaami ñu ne kii pare naa fecca nga gis ñeneen sa nga ne leen kaay leen football kii kick di daw waaye keneen ki moom dafa taxaw benn place rek paas ma soo ko joxee mu jox keneen football du mbiram so nit dañ ko war di study di ko jàng gis ne lii mooy dimbale gune bi pour mu war koo mun a dem so ñun suñ education suñ curriculum ni ñoo jàngale xale yi dañ ko war a wecci curriculum si la war a bokka te war nañ di leen depuis ci at yooyu yi am waaye nit ki doo ko ci lum xamut comme li nga wax tey ñun ba tey ñu ngi ci blackboard ak chalk so noo mën a jàngale xale boobu technologie moom musta gis technologie amu ko su ko amee ci kër bi lu mu cee use social media la loo xam ne lu ci ëpp yokkut ko dara waaye lu ko nasaxal te dem na ba ay AI app yoo xam ne daf laa dimbale si maths si science si English grammar ak yeneen lii lañ war a def ci tablette xale yi ñu focus si mu mun leen a defar ndax ëllëg ñu séntu na ndaw yi am nii ñooy raw sax mag ñi lu tax ñuy woon a raw mag ñi dañ am jumtuwaay yoo xam ne mag ñi démba biñ doonoon ndaw amuñ woon loolu waaye ñun ba tey dafa daw yaram torop ci loo xam ne système buñ am waaye war nañoo xale yi ñu change suñ syllabus nuñ leen di jàngale ak liñ leen a jàngal loolu mooy mun a defar suñ ëllëg waaye en tant que foofu defaruñ ko ba tey dañoo am ndaw yoo xam ne dañoo dem ba mag duñ xalaat dara mooy di use technology pour naka la ñoo yaaxee nit
ndeysaan parce que mu ngi si ñoom
exactly
a jàkkaarloo warata so ko xoolee China kindergarten nursery school they do skills
liñ faa def ñun suñ mag yi sax duñ ko
nekkuñ ko they do
ñooy
skills
raxas
at that
ñooy
age.
tooga ñooy bale
Wow, and that's where you harness the potentials in them at an early age nga xam ku nekk lan mooy
xam nga la na si serious
sa talent
xam nga la na si serious man li ma jàngoon nursery school ba tey fàttewu ma ko While in high school, you them.
That's the truth.
No, but you know, dude, maybe now, you know, Gambia also before, like for example, when you were in primary school, like I think you know, getting to grade 6, you know, I mean, they will always ask you, you know, I mean, what do you want to be in the future? It left a community. Primary school. It left a community. So it's like people prepare themselves more get a favorite. I mean, profession pick from that period. So Nigeria, China, what's like people pick their left men now, even in Europe and other places. So that system, but thank God, I mean, President Barrow also and his people with this TVEX. So I think they're also bringing that system. So and I believe those system regularly. For example, to learn, you know, and you value the money. You make sure you use it in the best way. So I believe maybe, you know, with the, you know, with this TVEX, Gambia, there will be a lot of change in our educational sector. At least people will catch up, you know, in a professional at the right time in our grow, you know, China will work again.
No.
So I really support this idea of TVEX.
Molbe Menna is at that early stage. Go to our nursery schools. Only singing and dancing.
Yeah, so I say from the system of TVEX.
Yeah.
That's why I say the system of this, TVEX. I understand like, from the nursery school.
Yes.
Look, from
No.
Duma.
I quite agree. Nsonta take a memfo. Sang. Hanis wokono. Molka korontole yedindingo samba daycare. Olka mnekeje. Kamunta ko ita ka karafa walla for certain hours. I domoroke, I sinoje, I
It's not about to
na pareta.
when you want them to
Yes, it's so kono. You just buy time. You don't want to be distracted. So, bari home training, homeschooling. How many kordal leka wake? Nyenta follow la olto. Nde kabirin kata school from primary school. Lu wolu ninjita school mbama aka afanye ko ila bago nati nka yelele aka menyi nka follow wolo maths aka jibele natara na mistake ol seata wrong sol seata aka nipale aka afanye ko you're not concentrated in class sa nimbe school buka silaje nka tsoko le mira aski aka jibele aka date fana jibele ibe date sa fela nuna ko bi ye nyin subject sol lek aka monitor by B, I'm not doing that with my kids.
Yeah.
The problem is with the parent.
Yeah.
Any assignment tenga memfe nina mero le kake. Ano abeni ndoko. Yes. Bari bi ni ko ibe woli pala, you know, child.
Never shall let samba police.
Before sandini woli be itarte ifaye men data be wala kala. Andu moy nyanta men guide la. Ku do bi je foya force ya. Iko hani wa right le soto abula lafta menkala.
No, you don't
Samate
do that.
dada.
No, that's
Ate dada nola. Hani society kono atinya tabi ne mo ma samba police. Bari kuno ndedi ni ma.
Like
Mr. Bojan Alfalo. Hanna e mo jembe kelola. Somta abuka nyini nkaro. Male mo. Fulol bela ka kande. Sa nalbe kelola na e molje. Itole ka borifa. Ite baturo kela wae taraje. People needs to be disciplined. Wale banketa. Nyimbe nyanto fo nyanta kala menti ayati nyale. Bari suo kono. Tabi parents all man time soto inila dende.
It needs to be instilled from an early age.
Sa amanke mansa kunda damma, but as a country for mol se pare. Mi momo tata karangola banta nanata. Angale kango damma ka wale fo.
like
Ida karanta yalone. Ni mandinka kango mo iwo londo afasar mandinka kango moli afahamite be men tani sol ikata America le kara bari nata from the airport akabele yele mandi ila kango ani wole katama ani wole kabalo wala tinna ila mol pour ka understand tariale bi nyim banko be Gambia mento bi mol baby bori kanne kata karango halo bun kamba ye notion ne nati ko mo naman karang to high level amanyana doko soto.
yes.
When mol man tara karankan pour kaje ko mol be awela be mol ma ko ya bari momo ala karango pour ay palaso soto ko do na anala dimba e balu nyinde be keri nyimbako.
We have more
This is the sad reality.
more degrees than knowledge.
Nite keta tonya moti mulla hajiti je. Bari madama ite karanta hanni be tinyaro la be sunyaro ba fala ko karannalo da karanta la ajitale from Oxford. But be tinyaro menna mamol sula.
So this reminds me, I saw somebody I said, okay, ako Gambia, ako like Saudi Arabia, right? Saudi have been taking a lot of Gambians to Saudi, Kanaka Karang. Ako, but I mean, you know, ako normally they don't sponsor them to go and learn skills. They only sponsor them to go and learn deen, the only dawa. So coming dawa, like
Preaching and
you understand.
Okay.
So that reminds me, like I think, you know, that sector also government need to help. Kajako, you know, we have, you know, I mean, people they go and study skills, professional, you know, in Islamic education, in Arabic. For example, because I know a lot of people today, alhamdulillah, with other displays, Egypt and others. Some are Arabic lecturing, but you know, we do call a Minister of Finance, some are doing IT and the like. So while I go funding in the Arabic sector also, government come in doing not only on the English sector also, but come Arab come to the new case sent to, you know, other places, Kataka, you know, IT, engineering and others, Kataka Karang. You know, I mean, I think that also will help us a lot. While I go, that sector also can.
Just to clarify and to buttress. Government with this new policy, now Arabic students and English, they are all equal on the level of TBEX. With your Arabic certificate, your English certificate, you can be enrolled.
Okay.
To make no different.
They've learned that program.
Yes. And now what they also do, they make sure each and every Arabic student, Arabic school here register. Maybe amana kono, then it can supply to the course of the
Yeah.
When you pass in English school, it is a university, it can be introduced into Arabic schools.
Yeah.
Can bring grade 1 for grade 12. Also,
Yeah.
government like all registered school me on amana.
Yes.
They don't want to do that much segregation. In fact, higher education went so far, even coming for to be sending, to be giving scholarship. Last year, over 100 scholarships were the Arabic school students. They send to pay for their expenses.
Yeah, to be engineers. To be engineers. Engineers.
I mean, if I send you a scholarship, never Saudi scholarship here. Then get for you, story. This is I have scholarship for you, but this area.
Yeah, because no interest more.
Yes.
But you prepare
because the concept that they have in Saudi and some other Arab countries, that we still don't know when it comes to monetizing. We still have what we call, you know, bokale. We don't know. We are not like a pure inculcated high sense of monetizing like Tawheed.
Yeah.
Al-Aqidah.
That's why they
so we still need to be taught.
That's their concept.
So we have to give them scholarship. They come here, we take them, they also go back and take their people. So it's all a concentration of both. But not the skill that will take you life and livelihood. So when governments are any area you go and apply, they send you. Some are sent to Morocco, Algeria.
I love
go
that.
And study. And Tibet for the it's for free. It's free for everyone. Whether Arabic or English, you go there.
Integrate less.
And I think that's good. I really like
the fundamental problem that we are missing in our education sector, and that is continuously bringing the problem, is not our higher education. It is our basic
education.
The lower one.
When I was going to school, I'm not very strong at mathematics. All those that know that Baja is not strong with, you know, math. But do you know, that's why I'm coming to. That's why I'm coming to. No, it was not my fault. It was not Mr. Jah's fault or any other individual. He taught, you know, so we all teachers, we know. There is no single English teacher who is good at every other topic in English.
No.
The same thing in mathematics. Now, when you give me one teacher, he's the one teaching me SES. The one teaching me Pop FLE at our time. He's the one teaching me English. He's the one teaching me math. Sometimes math, we only do it once. Because the teacher is not strong in mathematics. How do you expect me?
Topics
Yes. How do you expect?
That's
That is what should change.
That's a very good observation.
You need to make sure you have specialized
From the
teachers
basic education.
who will teach
Very
mathematics equal time, English equal time, science equal time. Then the kids are exposed evenly. You can now determine what they easily can become. Because they are all now been given equal time, equal exposure, specialist attention. Or somebody who knows SES and English only, the whole week SES and English, only once math. And math also addition and subtraction. How do you expect me to be good at mathematics? So this is what should change.
You only get the
basic education
specialized subject in the higher levels.
Yes.
But junior level, it's one teacher will teach you everything.
And that teacher is not even strong at that.
But there's a student who complained about that. It was about exam. And he said, the teacher, you're a maths teacher. Yes, you went to school. How many subjects did you learn at school? He said, I did about 8-10 subjects. He said, but today you are only teaching us maths. And you want us to take exams for 8 and 10 subjects. That's not fair. Just give us exam for one subject. Let's focus on that. It's just trying to use logic.
I think
that one,
so that we can move to the other.
The colleges also, like PTC. Normally, like PTC, when you're doing PTC, like he's saying, you have to do all these subjects and you go and take it at the primary school. So I think now, what Bojang is saying, I think government actually need to do that. Teachers who are going for training at the college, they should train them. Each teacher need to be trained on the
That's no more college now. That's a 4-year program, degree program. You want to be a teacher? You have to do 4-year degree program now. It's not no more Gambia college.
Before you move, the problem there is because they listen, they watch. You see, there's a problem with that. When you train people to read 44, 48 courses, believe it or not, they are not strong at even 10.
No, there's a specialized area.
I'm coming.
There's a specialized area.
I'm coming. We have a problem. And that's what we are discussing. That's not the topic. Problem. But because you brought it, we all have been teachers, we know the problems. The problem is this. When right now, some teachers are not getting postings. And they have to introduce something like competency tests also. The reality is not about teachers are enough. No, the reality is the college did not do a good job when it comes to that area.
Yeah.
Now, for us to change it doesn't have to be a 4-year degree program is what should solve the problem. No. In fact, that 4 years, believe it or not, you can finish it in 3 years or 2.5. How many courses are we doing? Are you talking about here? We all went to school, we know. What we are trying to say is, there has to be that dedication, commitment, that from 1 to 6, you must have special teachers in these key areas. So that they are given equal time. Right now, if you go to senior school or where in grade 7, maths, English, and other courses are given more hours, more time than the others.
Maths, English, science.
But the advantage is, but the advantage is each is giving a specialist teacher. In the young whatever, one person generally is teaching everything.
Of the grade 6.
So you realize that is why we have a problem in the Gambia of math. Because most of us who teach, to be frank with you, numbers a problem because those that taught us have problems with numbers. So that's what we need to change. The other aspect I wanted to add is simple. You see, a country should have a plan. How many engineers should we need as a country in terms of our development for 50 years? Put that into picture. How many fisheries experts would we need? Put that into context. Send people based on that data. Not based on, he wants to read this. He wants to know. Knowledge is a national security element. Therefore, the country should have a design that, in 30 years, we want to have railways, we want to have this, we want to have this.
You have to have a plan, a roadmap.
It is it.
And whatever
the army, this year we want to recruit this number of cadets.
Jambe start that one day. The petroleum thing.
Don't bring Okay, I mean, what I mean, I wish the white time be always more than against us. Why didn't move see swing benen topic again? And Dodou dina commencé yow. Again, for the past month or so, ñu ngi wax yi fi audit. So many revelations in these audit reports, right? Ku nekk yey na ci yabi na ci nas na ci nocc na ci rough whichever one. Why again, si week biñ tuga ni ñu gis, I've been asking, is it a letter that's been published or is it a leak letter? the ports balaa ñu ñëw si letter bi sax gis nañ ne ñu ngi am this issue of selecting the union head 2 camps back and forth a lot mu ngi happen foofu noonu allegations yi bari na I think ne elections yi dañ ko postpone si lu ma dégg xam na mujjee nañ koo am pour elect the president of the union workers or whatever support bi foofu noonu.
Dogas. Is it Dogas?
I think it's the association, the staff.
The staff association of ports.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, same president.
So why ñu jékki-jékki rek ñu gis this letter waaye letter bi again ñu go back biñ ne dañ am this concession in terms of the port with al port al barak wax bi bari luy nangu too bi luy agreement bi luy contract bi ñii ne ñi indi nañ xaalis ñii ne indi wuñ xaalis indi nañ equipment indi wuñ equipment wax bi bari na ba tey until now man I haven't seen the contract of what the agreement is but minister bi génn na several times di indi ay leeral and some will tell every time he speaks there are more questions to be asked and more answers to be given than people get.
Which minister information?
No, the minister of transport.
Yes.
Okay,
Transport,
works.
the one responsible, because port is under them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So every time we gain, last time they go okay, agreement no anywhere else to could gain, what again. So as can be, henya mana yo, henya nyom hanning, why mana yo hamun lan money kasi nangu tobi. So gom bi yep ñu ngi jàpp ci lim wax ak ni ñu seen fo. Waaye léegi ñu ñëw ba gis na this letter génn na pour firndeel ne xëy na nit ñi liñ doon fokk liñ doon wax letter bi mu ngi koo digal ne ñii ñëwuñ woon ak xaalis in fact letter bi mu ngi wane ne fii la gaay jëlee xaalis bi suñ banque yi fii nii yéen saan pour finance li gaay di def noonu and all that wax bi ne waat cour again the issue of lan mooy woon nanguto because port seen boppa lañ gis ñu binda letter xam nga di wane some kind of frustration and seen stance ci ñàkk nangu li xew and again letter bi mu ngi wone ne li xew ñoom sa yëguñ ko because ñële ñu ngi def seen own arrangements and dealings and agreement boo xam ne feeñatoon waaye ñu ngi koo soog a gis again agreement yi duy génna kenn xamul whatever but ma gis Madi Jobaate because information minister bi information right information lu xees de naka
Dr. Cissé.
Dr. Cissé waaw Dr. Cissé dama fàtte di ay Dr. Cissé dem na si Peter Gomez and of course as usual rek like nañ ko ci tontu na ak yooyu noonu waaye ma gis comme Madi mu ngi joxe an opinion right ne oye ko typical government disinformation strategy after bu Dr. Cissé demee si Peter Gomez mu ne when you hear officials say you have to understand the process you don't understand how government operates you are taking things out of context you are not an expert in this area things don't happen overnight. This is a process. You have no idea about this or that, etc., etc., etc. Mune then know that they are hiding, distorting, covering up, diverting, misleading, and lying outright. What say you?
Well, lu ma si mën a jàngee rek mooy ne lépp lu ñoo def daal ñun lañ koo defal nit ñi pour dëkk bi and I believe ne intention bi should be pure mooy pour defar yokkute am nit ñi mun see gis seen boppa waaye ci lépp looy dugga tam nangutoo munta ñàkk contract agreement la waaw waaye na nit ñi xam ban façon nangutoo la ban façon agreement parce que du fii rek dañ ko gis yeneen dëkk government si di am ay contract ay agreement ñu toog ci duñ ko wax kenn beneen nguur ñëw na li ngeen agri nii ñun lii duñ ko nangu lu ñoo seetaat la lu ñoo defaraat la kon loolu mooy firnde ne suñ ko xamal la woon tam ci askan bi amaan na askan bi tam duñ ko nangu waaye lu bari dañ ko bàyyi mu jaala gis nañ ko dëkk yu mel ni Kenya Tanzania même Sénégal fii am na fa loolu is very normal tam ngir coalition 2016 bu ñëw am na agreement yu bari yoo xam ne comme yu jàmme defoon ñëw nañ ne non ñoom duñ ko defee noonu am na yoo xam ne moom bañoon na ko ñoom ñëw nañ nangu ko the case of Semlex was one of that so nguur bu nekka lim bugga luy intéressam fi mu ko yóbbu dëgg la moo nekk ci boppa bi waaye su ñoo wax démocratie suñ ne accountability transparency loolu you owe it to the people du yow sa boppa waaye ñi nga jiite da nga war a génn wax leen ko so su fekkee ne ñëwuloo contract bi nga séddale ko wane ko ne lii la waaye you should be honest si li nga wax because tey la ëllëg ñëwagut en ëllëg kenn xamut lan la en nañ jàngee ci lu passé ñu bari ñu fa nekkoon en loolu daf dee tax su dee yenn dëkka li nga noba yenn xibaar concealing information mun na laa isil problème ëllëg so su fekkee ne yow am nga kóolute ci ñi nga contract dafa am loo leen nangutoo pour ñu defaral la loolu benn mbir la waaye su dee ñoom amuñ xaalis war nañ ko mun a leeral nit ki ñaaka am xaalis léegi yow am ngaa moom contrat moom fi moo jëlee xaalis responsabilité am la yow li nga bëgg a gis mooy ne lii laa la sant nga liggéeyal ma li loolu waruñ koo noba sax waruta nekk lu ñoo noba xam nga loolof di wax nobu doobu nancoo lu mu yàgga dafa feeñ en su demee ba feeñ dafa tax nit ñi seen laajte seen question dafa bari comme li nga wax soo génnee nga wax nit ñi li ñoo laajte mooy ëppa luñ understand ci li nga wax loolu du good communication skill and strategy la boo xam ne daf dee tax nit ñi di lose trust is not the best way boo xam ne mbir noonu la war a tëddee ok su fekkee ne nit ki amut ay bagage amut jumtuwaay yu mu ko defee du fi lu ees da nga dem mun a contract nit mu dem sub contract keneen because moom moo am the opportunity jox na la di assurance ne nangam laay def soo gisee ngeen a am contract da ngeen am nangutoo nga sign yow loolu da nga ko war a feeñal sax woon ko nit ñi pour ëllëg moom paatam su feelee li mu war a def defut ko the people will be with you dinañ xam ne ok ñun yow lañ àndal kii moom moo am problème waaye soo ko nëbbee wanewuloo ko ëllëg mu jóg wax lu bari li ngeen génnee sa sign ko mu ne non man li ma signoon dafa ute ak lii naka ngay defenee loolu am na lu bari la waxoon démb nit ñi dégg nañ ko yëg nañ soo ëllëg doo mun a wecceeku ñoom dañ laa laxas si dara su fekkee ñoom ñoo isi stratégie boobu yow bañ ko woon ko ne nit ñi laa fi nekkal lépp lu maa def dafa war a dee waaye at the end of the day the outcome of it luñ bugg a am ñu am ko moo gën a important yow ñaata xaalis nga am ñaata bagage lan lañ nangutoo luñ nangutoowul waaye dañ nekk si système boo xam ne démocratie la and démocratie dafa bokk ci lum àndal maanaam mooy accountability transparency good governance yi ay banqaas la am ne ci démocratie lu dëgër la ci démocratie te dañ ko war di ko fesal di ko feeñal man dama def ne problème du ñàkk gis nga soo bëggee defend everything dang dee dem ba nga expose sa boppa doo ko yegg benn système parfait benn government parfait soo amee ay rexa-rexa loo xam ne ok fii doxut wax na nit ñi ne ok lii rexa-rexa la lii doxut waaye lii ak lii la ñoo def pour mu dox nit ñi dañ am xel dinañ la ko nangul te dinañ ànd ak yow in that journey waaye soo bëggee wane ne yow everything is perfect nga bëgg a use yenn terms loolu yow du sa feel amuloo expérience si lii amuloo nangam yow mi wax loolu kañ la ñun ñëpp a fi nekkoon kañ la so moo tax yéenay man dama dee gis ne is not honesty and nekkuloo di dimbale ci government bi nga nekk but the bigger democracies America Angleterre France you call them out dañ am these problems dañ am deficiency so ñun tam we're not perfect sometimes don't shy away from the realities te gis nga li nga nangu ne lii problème la mooy tax nga takk sa ndigga pour nga war see góorgóorlu ma tànnalee fenn dafa am ku ma musa wax dara fekk yàgg na time boobu maa ngi nekkoon student sax fa tawoon taw bu rëy suma néeg bi daf doon seena so mënuma woon a dem classes ma call ma joxe excuse the next day ma dem nit ko ma lu tax dee ma ñëwuloo ma ne ko suma néeg bi daf doon seena ma ne ma ok sorry about that mu ne ma last year dafa seenoon ma ne ko déedéet this year la loolu commencé mu ne ma ok ma ne ko lu tax nga laajte last year mu ne su doon last year dafa seenoon du ma la doon yërëm ma ne ko in what sense mu ne last year seena na nekk na problème soo ko seetaanee ba this year tam mu seena kon yow parewuloo pour def dara ci
kon yow yaay problème
man I learned from that moo tax ma ne la problème du ñàkk ceiling bi mu ngi seena léegi the cause mooy how do we fix it and suñ demee ba fix ko su tawatee da nga am comfort ci biir néeg bi du seena you live there or you stay there at ease at peace waaye soo bugg a woon ne day say wóol nga ne noonu lii du wóol naaj bi moo fa feeñ rek bés bu mu tawee si la yëpp dee mun a leer la su ko defee nga ne non dama fogoon ne du la ci génnee. So sometimes dañ nangu ne we're not perfect. There is no government that is perfect. Dubai buñ dee quote always as example man dama dee quote Dubai lu bari waaye dëkk naa fa dem naa fa gis naa fa a lot of mistakes and flaws. Dubai is not a perfect country. There's no perfect country, no perfect government, no perfect system. So fekkee ne am naa place rek I have to say whatever I like. Loolu daf dee wone sa lack of integrity and credibility. Lu bari la dee yaa. Even sometimes moo tax da ngaa gis ñu bari saaf si government ba jeexal nga apply internationalism you don't have that credibility kana laa employ gis nga tubaab bi du rek ne jàng naa non su doon jàng naa rek dañoo fal ku nekk tey su ñoo ut place di nga gis ñeneen si nga gis seen jabar gis seen doomi gis seen mbokka ne kii rakaam la kii nijaay diw la lu tax ñu ngi bugg a wane ne ñoom nekkuñ just anybody waaye am na fuñ sampo am na lu bari luñ am so jànga it's not all moo tax ma ngi ko doon joxoon ci gannaaw bu ñu yóbbaale rek kii am na kayit fii la garage way de waa léegi toogal fii yow yaa war a gérer fi it should go beyond that moo tax ñeneen ñi sax ñu ngi leen jox place staff yi liggéey seen ron faale wuñ leen ñu ngi leen a abuse yow pour yow kooku am naa mam moo jiite institution waa institution bi doxut so ndax jàng kese doy na déedéet sometimes am na koo xam ne jàngam soriwul waaye ité bi mu am li mu buggee réewam lu mu pare pour liggéey wallahi soo ko joxoon place boobu will do better and man wax naa ko man am nañ lot of graduates from University of the Gambia jox leen the opportunity they can do better than ñu jógee Manchester Oxford ak feneen because xam nga lu tax fii lañ juddoo yaroo fi màggee fi dunda ak problème si and that problem suñ dunda noonu ñoom they already have ready made solutions lu am ne mu ngi tegee how to solve it waaye keneen ku ñëw dafa am pour def sauver dafa def bala ngaa wa 2-3 years jël na ko just trying to identify what the problem is
bi gën a rëy
waaw dañ war a change that mindset mentality it will help us to go a long way be the minister director ku nekk su ñëwee pour nga wax lu xew if there are problems admit it léegi yow sa expertise sa experience sa am-xam wax ñu how we can solve it it's a country dañ la ko nangul and loolu mooy dimbale président bi ci boppam mooy dimbale nguuram waaye most of them ñoom dañ foog ne loyalty mooy even lu bon sax da nga am pour ñëw pour defend ko it doesn't work that way it doesn't work that way
it doesn't work that loyalty thing people think being patriotic is like you know is just toppa nit ki moom la patriotism it's not blind support and it is also not you know
ma wax la ko ki nekk ci boppa bi président bi si boppam most of them di ko liggéeyal dañ ko xeeb he is always a step ahead of them one thing mooy weakness am man dama ko dew dafa baax ba ëppa waaye su doon ne dafa bëgg a harsh torop a lot of people will go to jail li doon am fii yaa jàmme dictator ak lii jikko yi moo nekkut benn and he always give people opportunity and chance waaye ñun as Gambians dañ war a seetaat suñu bopp dañ war a seetaat suñu bopp
na moo ko ñanta na daajikool falin
it's a fact
yeah thank you very much Dodou thank you very much MC Dodou am na lu mu fi wax lu am solo you know in terms of democracy good governance transparency rule of law you know and also di fesal li nga xam ne askan bi ñoo ko moom luñ moom nga boole leen seen luñ war a bokk nga boole leen si waaye léegi suñ ñëwee si specific example bi comme topic bi ñoo discuss nii ports you know nangutoo ak ñoo xam ne ba tey man ak yow ñi fi toog yi mënuñ laa xam wax ne lii moo fa nekk ñoom li ñu wax rek lu mën a jël waaye gis-gis bi utee na ak ñoom liñ ñoo wax naaw ñu am ports ñëw bindal lettre bi di wax ne ñii ñu ngee dem di def loo xam ne ñoom yëguñ ko te seen nangutoo du ne woon lii moo ci waroon a nekk yéen a saan so ba bëgg koo méngaloo ndax su dee ne lack of transparency bi naka lañ ko waxatee lack of accountability bi lack of including the people that ñoo xam ne on their behalf nga nekk di def li nga def noonu would you call that democracy su nekkee ne loolu mooy démocratie te loolu amut because loolu lañ nekk di gis nii you know again waxoon naa ko fi gis nañ audit reports yi di fa nekk yëpp ba tey dara xewangut wax rek lañ nekk di ci defangum waaye naka lañ ko waxee fetel ekatengut bal tàkkaangut xaw ma nag da dina am
jërëjëf nee maa ngi gërëm brother bu baax foog naa ne réew lu ko da yóbbu mooy fu mu jaar muy jub xam nga xëy na agreement su nga xam ne diggante ports ak Turkish company boobu. du boobu rek agreement si bëri am na fi nga xam ne Gambia am na agreement bi ñu ngi ko am fishery agreement si agreement yu waa Sénégal government hotspot agreement bi yooyu yëpp. kenn mënu laa wan ana agreement bi. even assembly bi toppaneen ministre yi ko sona pour ñu génne agreement si yooyu. loolu laa wax nañ ko isi tey nañ ko isi ëllëg so foog naa ne loolu lig document la bu génn.
ok
so xam naa ne loolu bu génnee yow su nekkee ne yow yaa ngi def agreements ak compagnie bu nga xam ne moom mu ngi ut loan kon compagnie bu diggaru war ngaa mën a xool background check bu baax. financial bi mooy number one. financial background bi da nga war a ko xool lu mel ni port si dëkka loolu dafa war a am xaalis bu nga xam ne soxlawul war a ñëw ba si réew mi di ut ay loan. so yooyu yëpp dañ ko di xool xam nga ñun suñ government bi comme du ko du waxee la maslaa dafa bari gis nga Barrow su nekkoon ne taxawoon na bu baax nu mu war a taxawee te ministre yi bari fu mu nekk ni ñu ngi prison bu ko soxoolee audit report lu mu dee génni wala ñoom su woo ñoo ko nekk di down play wala daf da nga def agreement xam nga ñoom nekkul di jàng dafa am nguur bi fi nekkoon ñoom bu gaa ñëwee ñu set up commission ñu génnee nguur bu do commission xam ne yaay nguuri yaay jame ñu ko dëncoon diggaatoon yëpp génnoon na yëpp gis nañ ko si télé yi yaa ngi seetaan pro commission bi ñu ngi gis lu xew yëpp yow boo ñëwee léegi da nga war a wax ne lii moo tax ma génne fi jàmme lu fi amoon dafi amoon ñu ne ñu gàmme neefa ak yéen wala gis nañ léegi ba tey loolu mu ngi gën a garaaw mu ngi gën a wax fu mu nekk nii léegi la gën a garaaw sax fu mu nekk nii bu ko tamit jàmme xëy na kenn yi nga a wax waaye léegi gis nga léegi ku nekk la fu nekk la ire boo dem soo xoolee report bi ministre yi bu nekk la fu nekk la léegi rom léegi ni nga wax ay billions la ñuy wax léegi loolu la ñuy wax fu mu nekk nii nga xam ne moo réer ki gisu ko mu ngi disappear kenn xamul fu mu dugal last week wax nañ fi affaire yi stadium bi loolu su nekkoon nguuri jàmme la kon tey di entire ministre boobu jeex na de lu xew si stadium bi ah wala dara because moom dafa gëm moo oon ne kii dafa loyal si man pour loolu mooy problème président Barrow nit ku loyal si moom ak ku mën a isil ay nit politique amee leen fa nekk pour politique rek nga xam ne ñoom seen liggéey yëpp ministre am na ministre yoo xam ne ñoom seen liggéey mooy def isi bàyyi Sonko bu ñëw cross capet loolu moo nekk am na ministre yoo xam naa ne lu mooy seen liggéey ñoom seen liggéey souvent nga ko député yëpp mooy fu ñu jëlee bu Dodou Jah wala Bojang
ay ministre nga ou ay ministre
yoo xam ne seen liggéey yëpp mooy politique rek isi ay nit ñoo dañu ne cross nañ capet waaw soo demee
kon bari nañ
soo demee si président waxal président bi ne ko man maa tax nga ñëw de man maa la ici nga ñu ootee li fi nit taxaw na fi mu ne IGP moo ko convince mu ñëw bokk si parti am na si nguur yi fi moo ko jox ay gële-gële bàyyi la amutoon fii am na fi président baa ngi toog mu demee moom gële-gële moom laay ñu ici tey ñu ko fii
yëg nga loolu moo jaar
loolu dëgg la MCK lu mu wax noonu loolu moom dëgg la
Dampha woto ñaal
dëgg la
ñu nañ ka de
no that was a political meeting sir it was a rally it is not coming close door
why you got ko
he said
open
I might not be everywhere
okay
I might not be everywhere
okay
so
then I'm not going to take it seriously because if you don't know about it
boo dee xam na lu ma wax ne am na fi président baa ngi toog
sa partenaire be confirm Doudou yore nga yëgoon loolu
no maybe moom heccut moom ama moy ama kala muta but comme wasotale alors MC quand même fanam foten amanga aga même ministre be jelde tol fon la ajere tol fon ko ministre wala do ko mol
alors dama autour aboya dama autour
nay leer
am na
ministre waaw kan
boya mo xam na
mané ok yow xam nga man xaw ma te ñi ma seetaan xamuñ so kan ban ministre MC
xam na waaw
no feka nekut minister of interior at the time ay gila on so after that after declaration la ay no anga wajibi ex kaw
so la noonu
fi am na fi MC mo ko wax mo MC mo
comme que duñ autour man waaw MC mo man autour mo ma gën a affaire da nga door mu daanu ko leen Essa
xam nga
ni ba fola afo ay Sénégal bari ka dili dali wo man koy
boja mo advice mo de autour na wara mo autour so léegi dama autour am na ministère yi nga xam ne
am na fi daal
seen liggéey mooy su ma guddi nu mu nee jëlee bu Dodou Jah wala Bojang wala keneen ñu suñ la ooñee ma ne soo demee wax président bi ñu la ici cos capet mooy seen liggéey boo seen ministre yi dara doxul fa dara dama ko yow fi always de man nguuri Baro ministre Baro yi kenn rek laa mën a xam ne mun naa staff beneen ko fa mel mooy higher education
bu ko catu woo
kooku moom mun naa taxaw fu nekk ne any government bu ñëw mun naa liggéey moom mun nga ko jéem mu saaf sa
dégg
waaw mooy ministre of higher education kooku mu ngi liggéey bu baax
ku nekk Lance naka la tuddaatin sax Amad Ba
nee na yow nee na ñooñu moom ne leen bàyyi ñuy politique rek waaw wala ma bëgg ne comme réew right now lu
sa former colleague xam nga ko bu baax a baax agriculture
waaw dem
ñu ngi jógee si nawet bi nawet baa ngi naat ko mu ngi yëngal réew mi MC indi na ay tracteur indi na ay fertilizer MC waxal si démb yow xam nga ko
béykat yi xam nañ Sénégal liggéey neen
ma laaj béykat yi MC kon
solu baa sagere waaye bo mooy audit report bi nga ko war a jël lu xam ne lu serious la gis nga commission si nga xam ne ñu ngi ko sorof ni sax man nanguwuma ko da nga jël di def ay audit liggéey yu baax leen def mooy jël report si jox ko di police yi ñu def seen investigation koo xam ne tey yaakaar na àll réew mi ak foo munti bokk jaar la si yow yeneen dëkk yi lu la nekk def léegi am na bi léegi ba ay set of commission nii de mu jël ay 3 years 4 years ñu sa report si ngay jël rek ñu def sa liggéey Sénégal arrêté yooyu gis nii yëpp ñu yóbbu gars yi prison yëpp lan la seen rapport yi la
former audit report
Sénégal yi da ko dig seen président ko joxe police
implemented
jeex na bu gaa ñëwee ñëwuñ set of ay commission déedéet dañ jël report si rek jox ko police ñu def seen liggéey soo fu nekk am na ni ngay fay
maa ngi gis Ghana recently nii xam nga gis ngeen ko tam Ghana ñoom tamit de ñu ngi bugg a serious too much on these audit reports you know president mu ngi yéene woon a circular di wax ne audit reports yi whoever is found wanting regardless of your position or whatever you know you have to be dealt with it has to be implemented
but let me tell you one thing Ghana their case is unique and also they only not banking on audit report like the Chief Justice case she was alleged that she was involved in corruption and malpractice or abuse of office. That report did not suffice her removal. They had to set another panel, 4-man panel. Those panels, you understand, after their investigation, now they took the matter to the High Court. You understand? High Court are the one who endorsed that she should be removed.
But that is everywhere in this world. Everywhere in the world.
Just wait. You know, you the one who triggered the topic.
Yes.
That's why I clarified. That what I know in that matter. That's why I clarified there. Any country, you are unique in your own way, how you deal with your issues. Following the due process is the key in anything. Otherwise, you will victimize somebody.
So now, let's bring it home here. Following due process. Because an audit being conducted is part of the process, due process, right? Now, the audit reports are out, okay?
But no, not MC Jah.
So no matter what, government bu nga xam ne mu ngi represent people lu mooy any agreements document boobu dañ ko war a display fu nekk dafa dem si assemblée bi MP gis ko ñëpp dañ war a xam lan leen d'accord la mooy agreement bi dañ ko war a xam su nekkee lu nga xam ne amul lu si laxasu comme booy bu new ñëwoon fii nekkoon si bagwee seen nu mu tudd sonko bi waaw xool agreement ba léegi yaa ngi struggle pour am agreement bi ba léegi so lu Gambie si mën a nekkul benn agreement la mu la gaay diggaat jóor leen diggaat mu xam ne bëgg gis ko kon am na lu si leen dem lu nga xam ne mu ngi leer comme mu wikki nu mu weexee tal si nga loolu la doo ragal a génne lu si biti da nga ko war a génne bi ko yàgga yaa fa génne waaw ba ngi solo weex gis naa waaw so lu ma wax mooy nu métti nu mu yàgga dafa génn soo déggee si power bi for 50 years sax di ñu yàgga da ngaa génn rek benn nguur mooy ñëw agreement dafa génn
interesting.
So lu ñu bàyyi xel la.
Okay. jërëjëf MC lu jar a bàyyi xel la. So Essa,
Yeah.
just to pick up from where you were saying the comparison, right? For me, it was not about even the process, but it was about action being taken, the needful being done. That's the reason why I gave that example, right? Okay, we saw the president, you understand, now saying, okay, we're not going to spare anybody else. Because the audit office, it's part of the government, even though they're independent, but then president be more they appoint auditor, right? The auditor general, you know, and the higher staff. So basically they're supposed to do a job bo xamne dafa staff everybody else. And government bi su nekké ne indi na auditor general bi dafa wara dolel ligéyam naka la dolel ligéyam koku lum dem be ligéy be génné war nañ ko gestu. I am not saying that dafa wara jël report bi hands down and then just boom, you know, people start having problem or, you know, taking people to police or court or whatever. It has to be looked into. I mean, commissions are set up. Submitted the report. They don't just act on the report. They review it completely again and come up with a white paper. That is still part of the process. But we're saying that that is not being done here after so many reports. That's why I give the example of Ghana. But again, you know, you can take it up from there, going into the topic in terms of this letter that came out from ports. Xamuñ lan moy contract bi lu fa neka, you know, yeming d'accord mol malong signed to ports from back kanaka foyeko altol be call kekang mi ya lon kon tenun altol man d'accord wala andong malon non fan altol be wokan kekang ye alla man sakundalen de yemune soto ko
Okay, Namara commence from that port issue or audit issue. You know, let me start from audit. Kava kukumandra caring you no voice of a statement. Kuba caring. Yala audit.
Please tell us.
Good. Auditor Doko, I report in line Lesotho. Have a reporting authority, I can report me. Auditor can report president. Yes, auditor can report. I report Academic Minister of Finance as a parent body. But Minister of Finance to transmit it directly to the National Assembly. Directly to the National Assembly. National Assembly le reaction to Kasia Kundo, Kajibe, Ijumano flagged out. Oh, you know.
Yes, remember, we know those processes. We know those processes.
You asked me to set light on it.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
Go ahead. For the purpose of those who don't know.
Yes,
That's good.
Yes, but you said there is nothing, you don't see anything that will happen in the president is not dole, the FRB. So I'm telling you, the president should not act on the audit report at immediate effect.
At what point in time should the president
not do that.
act on it? Because remember, we're not only saying this 2021, 2022, 2023 audit reports. Those are the latest. Right? Remember, we're not only saying those are the audit report ever that happened. Remember that.
I know.
So if you're talking about that, yes, it's too early for the president to do anything else because the due process has not been exhausted yet. But remember, there were prior audit reports of different places that nothing has still not been done. I'll give you a case in point. The one with the IEC, the one with the hospital, EFSTH. Maybe you can shed light what has been done on that.
Good.
For somebody like me or somebody else to say, oh yeah, something is being done.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we have to just set the record straight. President Woman direct influence to audit report. Until and unless
I didn't say that, I'm not sure that's what we're referring to.
Until and unless I feel tableau can. We have to establish that one. Keen listener. Okay? All right. Nim auditor doko ke pare the Minister of Finance have an obligation to table it to the National Assembly.
Yes.
National Assembly will sit and flag out each and every sector. Me along ka tele ya tele query audit report ya tele query. Audit report is a query to that sector. All right. Now National Assembly have a right to bring that sector for questioning. This is what is been flagged at your entity. What is your take? Despite that there is a management response, but even at management response, they will put it there. Still not have right to call you. If they call you, your explanation okay, Kela call bear for but answering. Among National Assembly, they have right to assign the IGP to probe further investigation to that particular sector. To establish. whether there is corruption there or there is mismanagement or there is something, because it's just an alleged or flagged out or queried by the auditors. Now, if that one, IGP did his job or her job, and then establish that yes, there is a substance in this case, we can build a case and take it to court. Then IGP should write a file and seek for legal opinion at the Attorney General's chambers. Attorney General also will sit over this phone. It is very correct. Me is fine. We have okay. I take court. They take the lead. Police they come there. They provide lawyers. They defend the case. There's a gap need to be mended. Then police file on the police okay. For you substantive, we can build a case against Essa. Now, you can Essa some court. Essa for a right to can defend.
Absolutely.
At the court.
Absolutely.
And see, you become as an alleged person. Court about decide la, yes, and that court process sometimes take time. We all know how the process goes in this country. Now, you either from an court here, like High Court, you have right to go to Court of Appeal if you don't agree. You even have right to go to Supreme Court 1 to 2nd time. Even if Supreme Court did the judgment, you can file again for a review. So it's a long process whereby you cannot just say, and what we want here, we want it to be like today, there's a just to please the masses.
I'm not sure that's what I'm asking for. Wait, let me interject 1 second. Wait. Okay, I know, but let's get this thing into perspective here. I'm not sure that's what I am advocating for, and I'm not sure like-minded people who are also advocating for something to happen, that is what they're saying. They understand there is a process. But Essa, 8 years into this administration, after several audit reports that we can count and finish both of our hands, are you telling me that none of those audit reports have exhausted the process that you have outlined here? That's what I'm coming right, for something to be done.
That's what I'm coming to name. You know, you asked me, I said I started.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm coming to
name. Okay, you come and name one that
I know that some are in the court, some have done, and the sentence already there.
Please help us.
Former PS of health with malaria fund saga, and the director of global funds saga, former PSJ. Can you remember this case, Minister of Health?
Yes, I remember the case.
Yes, I remember the case. Do you remember the matter is in court proceedings?
Okay.
It's ongoing court proceedings. Yeah. You know that. 2, FSTH case. That the auditors report, you know that now they did something, and they said they implemented each and every recommendation of the audit. You can ask Dr. Bidi.
Who are they?
Dr. Bidi and his team at FSTH.
Yes, the hospital management.
Okay. Because they are directly the board and directly responsible to implement that audit recommendations. Okay. And they did it.
So where are they in the implementation?
They said it. They said they asked them to sack some people. They asked them to reprimand some people. You understand? You name them. He's there.
So that's what I'm saying. They asked them to do that. Has that been done?
It's been done. That's what he said in the press conference that we held. You have right to go there and do the due diligence. It's there.
People were sacked.
Yeah, people were sacked. That's what he said.
People were reprimanded.
And some people even demoted them. Even some board members, after the saga, they have to allow them to move. They remove them from the board. He said it in a press briefing that they adhere to all the recommendations that have been given to them by that audit report.
Okay.
That 2.
Okay.
There's a 7 immigration officers. They went to court with that report. That happens. There's a vessel that docked in the country that paid the.
So that was not an audit report investigation.
It's part of it. It's part of it. That's why it was given to the police. And police did the investigation.
They deflected. No. Those people were scapegoats.
You even asked me to. I
did not say a number. No, but Essa,
you said what happened to FSTH. You said what happened to. I can name you one.
Yeah, FSTH was out of, and it was a full-fledged audit report that was done.
That's it.
Exactly.
And now you ask me IEC.
Yes.
That's the answer of
I gave IEC.
IEC is already at the Attorney General's chambers for legal advice. Police already concluded their investigation, and they indicated the chairman and the finance director should go to court and be charged for mismanagement of public fund. Police did it. Now is at the legal at the Attorney General's chambers for legal opinion, and I know for certain it will go to court. So this is the process, and sometimes what happens? Let me tell you one thing here. Like your case at Carnival Municipal Council, I will give you an example as an analogy here.
Which one?
For Carnival, your 7 million voucher issue.
Or 7.6 million.
Million. They say they don't see your vouchers. Understand? Unidentified vouchers. Now, for example, Ninte Essa will take the local Jamado now. Go KMC Suyaroke. Your 7.5 million accounted for voucher money. Suyaroke Molakobetia. And eventually KMC wrote to FPAC indicating that no, we have A, O, B, and C. That's why we do not put these things, but we are putting them record straight, and we'll furnish you with the information. FPAC told them do that within 30 days. And after KMC did the thorough, investigation and put the house in order and put the record straight, didn't they okay them? Huh? Say nothing the kunun tebe jikrim ko yar fa musunya roke the KMC ngoke wuru law to blato. KMC now came back and reconcile and do everything, and they put everything to rest. Yeah, submit. Now how am I going to perceive them now? Will I have to go back to every time and say no, I made a mistake, KMC they are clean. Will I have to go there? That's why I say preconceived minded. That's what we should stop. Or we should limit. Audit is a process. It's not about you call it today, tomorrow. And even sometimes audit will flag something. It's not like it's corruption. There's corruption there. Maybe they don't see A or B, but after you will see it. So if that one is there, then you have no. But Gambians hear what we want. If auditor said 10 million, oh yes, Barrow's government, they are this, they are not adhering to this, they are corrupt, they siphon all our money, they squander all our money. Now, if auditors come to terms with the findings and everything at FPAC level, those departments and sectors have been exonerated, how can we go back to them and say, sorry, we accuse you wrongfully? We don't do that. So I think we have to just allow the process to be going smoothly. Then from there, until and unless they are going to court, or they have been taken to court, and then the court reprimanded them, or the court, judgment, vindicated our position and convict them, then we all understand that yes, these people are the crook, are the one who siphoned all our money. But I'll tell you something. President Barrow's government is very serious in fighting corruption. You know what they did? When they came into governance in 2017, there's over 130 accounts in this country. Over 130 accounts. But they endeavor to close until now they did to single consolidated revenue account.
I disagree with you.
You may disagree.
I disagree with you. You may think they closed the account, but then again, these reports are showing the accounts are open that that are not supposed to be, and they're using accounts that are not.
I'm coming to that.
Government accounts.
In as much as you put any mechanism in place, there's people who will beat the system anywhere in the world.
So what happens to those that beat the system?
That could happen. That's why if audit flag them, and then now that they open the account without the knowledge of their principals,
I forgot they need to go through the process, right?
The principals will pin them down and make sure that the necessary things have been done, and it will be done because the president said it very clearly.
It will be done.
There will be no sacred cow when it comes to corruption matters, because corruption derails his own progress. President want to build A, O, B, and C in this country. He want to be bragging that I did this before I go. How are you doing? It's resources. Why are you saying that now the revenue mobilization, local funding, AGF, is going up? Because of what? Because we close, we close all the leakages. That's why now we are collecting more, and now we are even going for digital, so that we can collect more, so that we can do more things.
Before I move to
very serious.
In this very serious thing, wait, before I move.
I want to go into a port issue, if you allow me.
Okay, wait, quickly. Yeah. You're saying, okay, the president is very serious into fighting corruption.
Very serious.
But we all had the president say, audit reports are just opinions.
Good.
How would you look at somebody that already had the president say, audit reports are opinions? You sit here and say the president is very serious in fighting corruption. How would you reconcile the
two? Very well, I will reconcile the two. You know, President wants us to understand one thing. You can never incarcerate anybody based on audit report. You can never, today, audit report flag you, let us take the person to mile 2. 10 years, 20 years. No, you cannot do that.
Somebody said that?
Yeah, that's what he's trying to explain to people to understand.
Oh,
that
okay.
Audit report is an opinion.
It's actually
It's an opinion. Yes, it's an opinion. No, that's not. I'm just clarifying.
Yow sa question bi.
I'm clarifying.
Ki mo wax ñu mëra ñu mëra wax lifin ko.
No,
Because man mosuma ñëkke wax bi baaxut.
I'm clarifying.
Léegi
I'm clarifying his name. The president has been there saying audit report is an opinion. Audit report dega is an opinion. It's an opinion. Yes, it's a professional opinion. Flagging you that maybe you can do Njunjai. But it can be, it cannot be.
But Essa, when you go to audit a place, you don't just go look at the camera, you understand, and say, okay, this is black, or the way the camera is, I think this is costing $5,000. Or I think this camera is this brand. You don't do an audit like that. You have to be provided with documentation and documentation of facts. So how can you say that is an opinion?
Good. But, okay, I'll just give you a simple example. Your case at KMC. What will you call your case at KMC? You 7.5 million. KMC. Ala KMC case magara ngadile. Nagara ya gol besa makino ya soro mile 2. That's 7.6 million. We want to you. But
now you samba court. No, wait. Yes, Nia samba court. Court for an amanke ko alba samba la court dorong ya di George la George ko albe samba ya soro.
That's it.
George for an question and answer ask evidences.
Ya wala process oti. Wala ko president ko gele for this is a process. Nim original na bi I report okay gang. Ya fo hanga moyle. Next step.
Yellow meaning. Time over tala. NPP, you guys have master classes.
No, it's not about. No,
in NPP, because the mindset seems to be all the same. Let's move to that. Let's move to the ports quickly so that we move to back.
You know, foreign direct investment and public-private partnership mean can trigger all accountability, transparency, and good governance. Very can trigger because more like our panta na left care na flow in your country. Now the government is not transparent, it's not accountable, and there is no good governance in your country. So will be here for I contract on ngabe just. Nobody will want to come and invest his money in your country. That one we have to establish that one. Contract problem more for the tema. What on ports and I'll port.
You seem confused.
I don't understand. Like,
you understand?
Like
ports and I'll port. You make contract with sir. You know that. Gambia Ports Authority, I have a partner in this case. We are on port man business strategy. I'll port a partner in this case. We are on Gambia Port Authority. I'm on business strategy. But if any of the partner, I write you a flag. This is the agreement, and we are deviating it. I'm just putting it to you. You are deviating. So that now that you by mistake, you can come back to town. Now that you by a diatele, you understand, like killing for us, then you have all the party have to cancel the contract.
Okay.
Because of A, O, B, and C. But first step, you have to flag it. Why you do this? And you mental agreement. I know I explain.
So it's like zero. Flag.
For you, because Alman info. Manyin kamengende, manyin kamengina, but in Ninja Bekerin side, why is happening? Then they also have right to respond. Me I said amicably, then they move on. You understand? Not like I can repeat. For I go say I get a contract for terminate. They can go and terminate the contract. It's like there's no legal implications to it because you break like in a breaching 1, 2, 3. You use it as evidence against the other partner. So that's what you look at a game. I'll put the general bank case, where are you going to have your money to fulfill your obligation in the contract? It's your own business. As me, as another partner, I don't have anything to do with that. But where I'm going to stick is where our agreement is.
But if it's their own business, why is ports flagging it? Why are they making that issue? That you did not tell me that.
Yeah, because they might see that, yes, in the agreement, A or B and C is there. with your financial obligation, you should know it. If this is the case, because you are saying that you don't see the contract. Who knows whether financial obligations should be put into the table? How are you going to tap your money to finance this project? So if that is not happening, you are expecting that the person will come in with this money and now is looking for it from local banks in the country. And this which is in the part of the agreement. You have right to flag him or to flag the company.
You will contract or see, Jile?
Maje.
Okay.
Yeah, Maje.
Okay.
So that's my.
Thank you very much. It's just a flag. There is nothing wrong according to them. For Jakalo, what
you see, Essa, Ibaka come back because he left like a Masakunda defend because ebe Masakunda abirata. But Essa, biya kuma jamal dafu jande and yemil fujang Essa yedu ñu kono de.
I can clear them all out.
Okay.
Each one.
Sign left or wrong. President Lakil na family. Memen kono biman ka lunguti. Eka fa mena ko porsi aje teng indra no biman ka lunguti. Janning contract ko ka sign. Before you sign the contract. Walatina ikaje this kind of contract sila jamal beje. Yajele niaje dol beje or some of the contract ka ko ni inin comme for example ni ninte contract ko sign follow na sign follow skinya follow ke element wala nyindu ko na si na ben na kacha follow nimbe tan kacha da follow mina abakal agreement do kafu ko sign be men signa la ntol damal be tara diamu kan inin do tara diamu kan so ntol damal be diamu kan wato men fanan e nyanda men fanan kala wala nyindu ko be ñoo kiskisi la ntol be mo fulo me ñoo kiskisi la sign pour que ñoo lodu lalo nyaaji be sign ñingi ay mentan dina wala ñindu ko abe ko mansa kunda man ila do koke e mayla kisiro ka nyama ñing porla ñaado ñama bari ndeba fulo ko mansa kunda ila kisiro kele mansa kunda left menna ile left menna yola ke andu imam men understand dunia kono sign. Let me tell you, there are companies they only just want to come and sign with you few months, you understand, create something which is going to default them for your move. That is all happening in this world. But I understand. Because they know obviously one, like kabri nata, yela study soki, yela kolke, yemen jiki, anin kol nat nake nyame. It's completely different. And name poro la ko jibe. Ibajelo ko ukunya sipa la ketaje. And don't ko be den tawol fola. But there are a lot of companies million ko yin poro apply. It was not only one company. There was a Saudi company, there was a Turkish company, there was a Dubai company, and there was a French company. All those companies being at la pruka yin poro.
They say this one is the most responsive.
Yes. No. They said this one is the most responsive. Yaje nyimbango alma ale makoy. But you see, this port, yadi nyimela nyulu. These people are the least. They are the it only one of the companies me along ko wole manyana katala janna fon. Because let me tell you something. A company me along before you even sign an agreement with them, ila banko dungul they itanya menkela banko dungul yake and they flag it.
On investigation.
Bank do their own investigation. Okay, they bring clear evidence, clear proofs. Kavoko this company me along kan nabe diam kan nakana sinya, alaya sinya. Gambian ko alila mo. Nyum company me an libe diam kan. Gambe dungul yela kisisi roke. Iko nyum company le company me along go. Yake general e makeku. Yake general e makeku. Gambe alkane diala. Ite me mira ko bin to la banko na flo jama kabona nyum porol. Na banko la baluo fon la sone amu na nyum porol. Nyum porol mun tol ni julo the gateway of our country. Yo sika in company ya signé. Sanji kilo fon mamba follow e ko kata porol ta ay kata bloko lo foundation bloko lo ko bina deep DC port lo deep sea port lo. You see the mafia game. You see Kaligo, it's not the company alone is not the problem, but the government itself is the problem. Presambaro la mansa kunanya de haklo to bake. Ye na brijo ma janne. Ye brijo diamo keda. Sidi keta. I'm very disappointed with Sidi. I was seeing an argument between Sidi Keita and Mustafa. So Sidi want to play with Mustafa. Sidi, Kava go no, yalong, imalong, finance, I got
Coming back to Madis.
Coming back to
what
Madis.
Madis said, yeah.
You see, what Madi was actually saying, that is exactly Sidi was doing. And that is exactly what this government is doing. Ikafomoleko, ahayalong atolu, this is when you feel, hey, you being the finance minister, yemina karang, maybe you yemen karang, ye finance la karang, or economy la karang. But along there is somebody is not in the government, afane finance la karang, economy la karang. All the modules yemen karang, afane wala karang. He knows it, he knows exactly how things were going. So it is a bank could do be baffled no. Alkafomoleko, you people don't know. Hey, we know what is good for us and we know what is bad for us. This is a bad deal. Imagine our own poor. These people, they have nothing. I can tell you, they got nothing. Fentable. These people just came here in the porota because of truly speaking, our port was mismanaged. Let's call a spade a spade. And the mismanagement of the port is not caused by anybody but the government. It's the government. May I go? Ye poro keta fongo momola bankti. Few people kill a bank. This is what is happening here. Likewise, the same thing is happening in GRA. If you see all these problems in GRA, the same thing. People are making our institution as their bank. Institution may along This is the problem of our country. So this poor deal, I am telling you, it's high time that they flag it and then the government, His Excellency, Mr. President. My brother, these people, it's high time you cancel the deal with them because as a game of will fall left a because they've been here for how many months? Now they know after working for 6 months, they must actually know how much exactly they are going to get in next 5 years. In next 5 years. But imagine our own bank, our own bank solo to loan. Anyway, but regarding the audit reports, you see.
No, the audit report was not a topic. I wanted to just, tie it in.
Wait, I just want to bring. Okay. This audit report matters need to be very clarified here. You see, Essa cases solely for young from the health, from the Ministry of Health, the global. Let me tell you something about the global listing. Do you know why those people have to go to court? Because if not, they will not get another one. It's a condition. It's a condition. They have to take those people to court. But how many years they are going to court? How many years? Sanji Jilu. Masakunda I will somebody do. Sanji Jilu.
It's a process. The process has to be exhausted.
No, it's not. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
It's a process.
What I am telling you, I am not talking about the investigation or time or whatever. What I am telling you, since when that case started in the courts? Since when? Should our court even operate like this? Senegal Jang, Usman Sonko Jang. When did they sit? But when mom samba kiti wala ye funga kiti wala yourself.
No. Senegal case let me just clarify here. Okay. Sorry. Senegal, they have procurement system. They can indict you today and jail you until they are ready. They call you here to answer the question today. You are not going home.
Jailing is like remanding you.
They're remanding you.
Yeah, for us here, you're taking to court.
It can go 6 months, 7 months.
They remand you.
Before you appear to the court. We have only 3 days. We have only 3 days. You have to face the judge or magistrate.
72 hours, yeah.
Magistrate is the one who's going to put you,
remand
you, or to free you on bail. You understand? It's different. No, Essa, even no, I am telling you, the speed of our course. No, but it's not. Let me tell you something. All the resources, all the resources by the government. No, Essa. I want to get 3 hours by then. Because I'm the following you to go. Obey movement. I attend the Master Kunda see how many bulu. Mbo ko kila kan audit report data auditor general boy.
But meta janna.
No, I'm not saying we should not keep saying this American.
No, I'm just
I'm telling you, we should not think American no, but Dudu. I mean, I sometimes actually Nilo Jam all the time, you can left car Look,
No.
no.
There are reasons to that. If you allow me, I can give you. It's the number of cases you have, the number of judges, and the judiciary themselves are talking about
the problem itself. Needs to be fixed.
You can solve that overnight.
But let me tell you something. It's not like you can solve that overnight. It can be solved, Dudu. Don't say it can. Let me tell you something. We must have a serious government. We must have a government. Apparently, kabanku dimul left hand. Let me tell you, what is the purpose of auditing? Let's ask ourselves, what is the purpose of auditing? And again, auditors, after doing the job, there's a reporting line. I agree with him. The reporting line is where? It's the parliament. So that's where I want to come here now. I'm not only blaming the president about this audit queries. I am also blaming the parliamentarians. Because why? The president is not the person who will approve budgets. It's the parliamentarian who normally do approve budgets. You know that there's a specific ministry, they have audit query of millions. You approve billions for that specific ministry without holding the account, the money could be spent again. That is why we are not realizing all this money. We cannot realize all this money. Then you cannot be realized in our development, because do you know why? They are giving them money without accountability. So audit na da men kama wole nyintu ko ni na ko do dealer ya do ku damento nyaaje ko ya do ku. I see the progress of the money I have given to you. Later nisina na do dealer ko danke. And I will give you a best example of this to tell you. In our council, our ward development, there are councillors. When we give them the money, they did not do the work in the right time. They did not do the work. And we told them, look, we're not going to give it to you. We will only give it to you after the audit, because they audit them. We tell them that you must finish this job after we give it to you. Do you know what some of them? They have to go and make sure wherever, but they have to finish their project for them to get 1 million. Because I will tell you, look, there's 1 billion for you here. I give you 500,000. I give you 500 million. The 500 million I give you, I have to see that you okay diamond, and then the killer will you, and then so that I can able to approve 1 billion for you. But I give you 500 million. You will spend it, and I come and give you another 1 billion. That is what is happening here. They will keep eating our money. They will do whatever they happen, and the president will keep silent. The President Barrow is one of the most luckiest president. Let me tell you this now, finally. Is the most one of the okay. You see, President Barrow Jamano, citizens of this country do go out. Kavuga Mr. President, ilani staff carrying, ilani dokula carrying, ilani duma carrying. I le banko and Apollo Sunya. Lieutenant President Mahmoud Lasmunyade. You are the head. You are the head of the government. We are telling you, ilani ministry carrying, ilani caseman carrying. You naful carrying Sunya. Mahmoud Labula Amade. We want you to go and investigate it and make sure that person is punished. But we all see what the Auditor General may have by Amilafo.
But the Essa ko woka kele processor
process let me tell you something. For 8 years.
But President Barrow is serious.
No, for 8 years. Economic crime jam for 8 years. It's only one man. I
count how much.
No. Look. Hey, Essa, we are talking about serious manipulations. You must have how many billions IEC that cases, another case. Government Port Authority cases, another case. How many cases in all our government? Themselves is dying.
It has died.
No, he agrees. Bio, Essa agrees. But Essa is saying it has to take process. Barrow is very serious about fighting corruption. But then he cannot just do things like he has to follow the process.
Who appointed the IGP? Who appointed the IGP? Who appointed the Speaker of the Parliament? Who appointed the IGP? If the auditors did their job and another to the Parliament, in fact, Parliament's one did a recommendation here about some of the audit reports here, and they told the police no. They told the police. They told the police to go away. Jah wasn't impressed. No,
You cannot also just look to
Jah wasn't impressed. Because you were at the time. Yes.
People
Come on.
did not eat.
Come on, yes. We never see people arrested.
That's what he's saying.
The man says ultimatum to those departments.
But since when?
And some of them, they recommended this.
Since when?
They deducted
They are working since when?
There was something still serving in the civil service.
Allah.
So they asked them to be deducted directly.
Okay, now,
So they don't immediately.
Let them give us the record. The record of the.
You know there's access to information. Go and do the
Access to information. All agreements I don't see. All agreements I don't see. When we have not been seen agreements.
access to the and people like Ali and the team have been requesting for certain information. They're not getting.
Yeah.
But then take it away.
That's what the commissions and commissioners. Go and lodge your complaint there.
It has
They are being sworn in.
No commission. We don't need no commission here.
No,
we
the
don't need no
access to
commission.
information commissioners, you
Yeah,
mean,
commissioners,
right?
yes.
Yeah, the access to
Go there and lodge your complaint.
and whatever you
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
There's a process for everything.
Yeah, but we know really that we have people that have requested for information and they don't get it up to now. And the reports are up there, we know that.
Let them go and find out why the commissioner.
Do you know that?
The commissioner are sitting with us.
This one is our family now, all of us.
Yes, all of us.
We know that.
But we know the public lies.
Now,
You look for information.
I don't know.
Go and report them.
Okay, Abdullah, I have finished.
President Barrow cannot be off the hook on these matters. You have what you call thresholds, limits. Is there any threshold by law that if auditors are done with their report and now it is on the finance minister's table, this number of days, this report should reach
The National
the
Assembly.
National Assembly?
And then this
Is
number
there
of
any
days.
threshold legally? Not to my knowledge.
Now, as far as I know, there is no threshold as to, okay, Minister, you have 3 months. If the audit report is sent to you, because you are the line ministry, for you to table it before the National Assembly, just like the budget. That way, this loophole, if it is blocked by regulation, by policy, you realize that audit reports, their purposes cannot be defeated because we do auditing to rectify, to flag, to rectify, to improve,
The process.
to make the process excellent.
Good.
Now that process optimization, if you create timelines, building a nation is a project. It is not a process, it's a project.
Quickly remember, you're talking about giving timeline thresholds, right? And you will expect that when timelines and thresholds are given, it has to be abided.
Yes.
Right? It has to be followed through.
Absolutely.
But then, when you have a system that even if people don't do what they're supposed to do, there are no consequences to it. Because now, taking you back, the same ministry we're talking about, didn't they violate, you understand, the tabling of the budget the last time?
Good.
Well, what happened?
You are supporting my argument. Now, this is what happens. If you have a leadership that has established rules, regulations, policies, that this is what is going to happen, when those policies, laws, acts are betrayed, that is treason. It's treasonous. You are in the army, you swore to protect the constitution, the defense of the country, sovereignty. If you go against it, it's betrayal. That's why it's treason, it's a high crime. If the president and other people that are actually there, they promote, this thing, brought these things into the law and did all these policies, they violated and nothing happens. You want to blame that on the process or ordinary Gambians instead of blaming the president? That in itself is corruption, because corruption is dishonesty. That is as basic as it is.
Yeah, if someone has corrupt.
This is it. Now, if the president, you have seen, we are almost of 3 years, you are just seeing them now. Look at yourself and say, okay, why? Why this is happening? Okay, let's create the timelines. I say, building a country is a project, it's not a process. Processes don't end. Building a country should end. And as in, if a project comes, it must be delivered and you move to the next project.
Is that the reason the processes are still
That is the issue.
Wrong.
No, allow me.
It's a process. That's what we
No, allow me. You don't get it.
wrong. Governance is a process.
No.
When Jamaica left, He left it with Jah.
He did not get it. No, he did not get it. Let me clear.
Can he share together?
Yes.
The project, textbook definition of project is what? Endeavor that is temporary and specific.
Timeline.
That's why you cannot have projects without timelines. Processes are the manner in which those timelines are met. That is why processes don't end. The timelines end and the processes continue. Where that fail, then you will use process as a loophole. From that perspective, governance is supposed not to be process, but it should be project. That is why you have your manifesto. That in this year, in 5 years, in this is what we are going to do.
What do you call the MVP? National
Development Plan.
Yeah.
National Development Plan is not a process, it's a project. That is why it has a timeline.
Yeah.
That is what I'm trying to talk to you about. Now, processes are an execution method of projects. That is my argument.
I think he gets
These are areas that we know very well.
No, that's a contradiction here.
No, it's not.
I will tell you. That's what we said. You can never incarcerate anybody just because of he's been flagged on the.
Why are you talking about incarceration at this moment? He's deflecting me. Okay, now, can you allow me?
You process to follow. Then from there you do necessary steps.
But nobody's talking about
how long will the process go?
It depends on the timeline of the process.
That's what he's saying.
That's the timeline.
What is the timeline for the minister to table this at the parliament? What is the timeline? So who should create that timeline? Or who should bring up that timeline? If you want the auditing process to actually do the needful or the purpose for which it is created, who should have created that? Okay, yes, I'm coming.
You asked me to keep.
I need to respond. You have responded. Allow me.
Even if this cabinet, who will approve it?
It's okay.
Is the national assembly governance?
Essa, you've answered. You've asked a question. You've answered.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm listening to you there.
Yeah, no, this one.
I think I'm very fair.
You are very fair, but this one is not interjecting. My mission.
And time is whatever. Now, allow me to flow. I believe you can hear. Now, what we are trying to explain.
You've been here.
Go ahead. What we are saying is, the first responsibility of any leader is to serve your people. Any system, any process that does not serve the people, you have to change it. You have options. The parliament, yes, no problem. But the cabinet equally. If the cabinet cannot do it, the president has what we call executive powers. The president also has what we call influence. To make sure experts advise him on the loopholes. Why is this happening? If I get okay, you audit report on mention the fund la sango sang. Ikata fu sangi lulu, wala sangi saba imam funti, mune asabu. The experts will tell you, okay, mine atinna. Then you as the president, you come up with a modality. That's what we are saying. We are not saying nation building is the president alone. But where other institutions are not performing, it is the duty of the president Kajeko. They perform. By hook or crook, they should perform. And he has ways and means unlimited to do that, to make that happen. That is what we are saying. That is why we cannot get him off the hook when it comes to this and so on. We cannot.
Leader.
Because he is the leader. He's there to serve. Again, this is the problem. Let Gambian or be Danikang. You get young Gambian see. Yep. I'm na ñu bari ñu dé latte bi ni. Légui nak ñun lan la ñu kan la ñoy vote ak lan la ñoo hold ci nit pour vote. Gambian ñu bari ñu ne caractère. Ma ngi la wax lolu amut. Lolu way naxaté la. Bo yobu deka. Kabanko Samba amanke daji koti system olem.
System.
Our policy for a system of governance is about healing, it's about remedy. So people naturally are sick. People naturally are seen as they will commit crimes. That is the more reason you have law. Now, what you should look into a candidate for Atala agenda,
ay system wala fena me alo hani ye bandi wala ke president wati ate bandi ya kenola wala ka jibe ni system sifa Mr. Bawa e membo je tell right now hani ye Essa le fena me alo malaiko olem abe kelo mo kumbati parce que kuriasi mo wala bi
Essa as in Essa Fall or Jesus?
Jesus.
Oh,
Alayhi salam. This is it. So Mr. Dampha,
Yes.
you would agree with me, Neko. The audit report should not come 3 years after, 5 years after. That is the loophole. And who should change it if the parliament it cannot change it or cannot influence it is the presidency. Then,
You want me to answer you or?
no, I'm telling you my opinion.
It's a statement.
Yeah, I'm telling my opinion.
All right,
Yes.
yeah, I understand that.
We move on to the issue of port. Because of time. Those that went to school and did economics, they know what they call capital flight, I believe. Money leaving your country. Kodo menka bon, ila banko, let's say, kodo men doku te la banko, ila kodo e banko men wulu. Aya kuli. Fondingo e doku ay nafa, ayanda ka nafa men asita. Yendi udingo nyinta wala kodo nyata ya di bank la banko dola.
Ay
go more nafa. Eka wale for capital flight. Puna understand it. The argument maje. We are going to speak based on ngamenje and ngamemwe. Yesterday the MD, who is a very good brother of mine, was at West Coast. But I don't agree with him. Now, before you have this argument, it's not bad. Government need to have partnership to grow. But if now you are sending 80% or let's say 40% of what dual men wuluta jang, ikulita jang, ikaranta jang or ikarandita jang for a metro no. Ye 40% of what dual be samba ye samba toki ye mugundi toki. Ay Gambian na fa ale bang for ni what dual be tutanu njelle ay Gambian na fa. So if you are doing 80% a company, that okay, this is what you would do. But at the end of the day, 40% of that is not going to even stay in this country. It's going back to Turkey. But where did they get this denouement? I mean, they get it from the people, the back of your people, on the backs of your people. Look, how does that help our currency fluctuation, our depreciation? How does it help the dollar? If we are all the time giving this contract to people who would actually promote capital flight at some point. How does that help? I now banko.
For kabiring itol be naka. Yela na fulo le na.
Mina kan yel. Aha.
London le nati. Purka banko dimol fanang yuri wandi ye karandi ye nasandi mecho kei kan. Wolatina ye ta ye sama.
Good. That was part of the arguments that MD made, that these people are coming with expertise, efficiency, connections, and stuff like that. Now, yes. Now, yes. Believe it or not, he's a very good brother of mine, and I have heard him say that. What I'm trying to explain is simple. If you say they are coming up with efficiency, they want to limit corruption, that is not the answer. Corruption is not fault.
That's not an indictment on ourselves.
Obviously. Because most of them, and that's the argument, that you see the posts have been mismanaged, we could not do this, we could not do that. Now bringing in a private sector, they'll be more efficient, they'll be more serious. That means people want to build this country based on trust, but not based on system. If the system is there, believe it, bring a grade 6 student, he will run it. Because he has a mechanism that, there's a way. Kids, even if the highway is busy, imagine if you have built a lane overhead that everybody will cross. You don't mind to take your 5 year. No, he will go because that is the way. No obstruction, no anything. To hold a government, anyanta kela wale nyama. System of the but they left that out. Why? To always use that as a bargaining chip. Kafoko, we have mismanaged. Hey, our port, we could have started ferry from Banjul or Bara to Senegal. Ferry. Ferry, we're not talking about the road. Ferry. Why Gambia ports cannot do that? Why are you limiting yourself to Banjul Bara since the Ajame time? Colonial days. Banjul Bara. Why? We could have got ferries and boats that would move to other places. That is part of what they should do.
That has to follow due process.
Yes, but are they even ready to do that? When
you read the master plan, transparency master plan?
when was the transportation master plan?
Are you aware of it?
No, come on, I'm asking, when was the transportation master plan?
That's it.
No, not that's it. I know there was no transportation plan. I know it. There was no
access to him when he's done.
Yes, you can. Don't allow me to flow. You see, this is the issue with the Barrow government. That's why I told you process. They don't even know process. Because they think process is governance. No. Process is execution of governance, because governance is a project. That is why the Gambia gives you a project of 5 years timeline. But the process to execute it is not governance. The project itself is the governance. That is an element. That is why all the time, look, MPP, affaire bi process la. Affaire bi process la. Can we ne affaire bi the process? Why process? Dafa wara under act timeline. More than Gambia need over 5 years for you to achieve what you should achieve. Need over tax. Why process bu nga xamne auto bu nga xamne musta am fu moy auto bi dafay daw Banjul ba Sénégal amul gaz bu moy taw. Pono bi su lifine nga ne am nga auto bi di taw wala pono bi lifine. Process la. That's what they are doing to us. It's not fair.
Yeah.
So now we come to the diaspora bond. I want Mr. Dampha to tell me how much in terms of money is this Alport, Alberia, Gambia port investment? What is the investment capital? Compare that to the diaspora just last year. And see, if a small government comes in, what they should think, okay, Gambia is a market. Let's see Gambia as a market. The market is, okay, we have the diaspora. It's a segment of the market. It's an income stream. How are we utilizing our diaspora? Okay, we should come up with diaspora bonds. Okay, we should come up with a diaspora unit to advise on investment. For governments in the diaspora to invest back, give them the guidance, give them the real market facts. You realize that you will be able to get all these people channel their money back, because they are not channeling their money to a presidency or a government. They are channeling their money to a system which will work whether Dodou Jah is there, MVP is there or not.
The system is built.
Because there's a system that is built, and everybody will have confidence there. Whether power is there or not, this one, it must be. Let me give you an example why we are not going forward. We're still on threshold. Before I come to my last point. Agriculture, there is no law in the Gambia that said this minimum must be for agriculture in our budget. This minimum must be for the police. That is discretionary. In governance, if discretionary is more than thresholds, corruption. Because it means now it's Sister Nene who will decide as the minister. So it's based on what Nene believes.
Not based on the needs.
This is it.
The realities.
Who should fix that? The presidency and the team, including National Assembly member and all those people. So when that happens, you don't need Alport. You will see Gambians who have not only knowledge, but they have the financial muscle. They will pump in our house because they will be told tax. So they will believe the system is there. The guarantees are there. Governance should be that way.
The efficiency and expertise and yada 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 they're talking about, that's what the Turkish brought in. Somebody could convince me if you had given Dr. Ismail Abaji the ports, whether that wouldn't have been instilled there.
You see?
Because the expertise is there.
Yes, he has.
Doing it somewhere
yes,
else.
absolutely.
I'm sure he would have been happy to do it home.
And he knows the place equally. I believe he has even served there, I think, earlier on. I'm not sure about that. But you see, the missing link, what are we making so to make sure our diaspora, what they send, is not for chop, kulio, and small problems, but for investment. This is it. What stage are we on diaspora bonds? What stage are we on other facilities? 8 years. No, I'm just saying 8 years. So that government cannot know anything about efficiency, because before you are efficient, you must be able to identify landmark problem. Why do problem? Solve. You come to when institutions are built based on nepotism, they don't develop. I'm sorry if it's going to offend, but I applied to post not once, not twice. I'm not yet, but I've seen people that are more qualified. They get. Now, if
you don't know anybody in post.
Anyway, I know people, but maybe that my level of knowing cannot help. But now I can tell you this.
My brother here will help.
No. It will not. Now what I'm trying to explain is this.
It's still nepotism.
I'm coming. Good. That is, yes. That is why you have what we call e-procurement. That is why you have systems. That is what we call generally e-governance. He knows what I'm talking about. You need to introduce that. People are rated based on what they submit. Machine readable reports. Procurement. C4 will send, he will say will send. You sort it. Machine readable will now look at it and analyze based on the metrics that are given. MC is not going to decide who is going to get. But you submit the evidence, the machine looks at it and rate. There will be bits that you will need human whatever, but the human influence there will be less. That is the discussion I'm trying to have.
Before you get to the human aspect,
they mustn't be eliminated. Yes. Now, anyone that even the human element takes is capable. These things are not things that guilds can come and do for us. We can do it. People are doing it. But do you have the leadership that is ready to do that? This is the problem of this country. And when we come here to talk, to give chance and help. Look, this company that you are talking about, trust issues have started. Way before. You are giving them $1 billion project in Sanya. This one, according to the letter, they violated a clause. It is 5 something. If you read, we see it. Because what that clause says is simple. Some of these things, before they undertake, GPA must consent. Now, how do we get loans from banks? Essa has a car.
Collateral.
He has a house. I need 10 million. The bank will say, okay, my sister knows very well, and Essa knows what I'm saying. Okay, in case if you default. Now, if Alport is using Banjul as a port, or looking for money in the name of Banjul as a port, it means naturally, logically, Ningima Jono, Asikeno, Mansakunda, La Bagaso, Aning Port La Bagaso, Wolle be wafila, wolle be tala, Walla Mansakunda be Dumna, Ka Julo Ninjo. Sang, Ning Asono la Kamman Koko, Moma Yana Wakela, Ning Koriba Kelantol Bela Yantakasi, Akuo Kunna. Nino, 30 years. 1 year kendo for my masoto. Lua ani idako na mene yo bruka. Muna nyanda la banka 30 years ko di la bang. Nyanda ka no. Amanke no problem oti ye kodo soto da oda isa keno. Hani problem olem. Because ninu sang any tonga men dako e man da wo chekan. And nyanda to la nyulle bulu for another 30 years. Woto nim problem ya start ka fenke ntela gegoto ni contract ya review from A to Z. Ya jibe ku because Moli Afroko they have a history in Conakry. They have a history in other countries. And those histories are not good. That is our advice to our country, not even President Barrow. Because we know that we can do better. Giale, more carefully. NOEC, more carefully. GPA, more carefully. Ko Ning Sifone Dogo Keje, then you have a chance of it is a Dogo Kena, Adingo wala Kudo. Ning, yes, Ning audit report on Nata. I sing for ma, wala I sing for mama, wala I sing for a cousin ma. And tell director to car for okay, Ning ayan audit report Ning, na pus aike, ma kela bangalong come indingo abe sogondale, mama abe sogondale. You never see in Jare, you never see in ports, you never see in other institutional talk. We have lived this experience. School, pass from school. I just don't know Nadi. So I need problem
But are these specific things highlighted in these other reports, or these are things that people?
I said lived experiences. Yeah, for this I don't need any audit report.
Okay.
These are lived experiences. We know.
I think we should be given chance to, because more.
Allow me.
I think it's between me and certain.
Nobody. It's between us and Gambians.
No. I have yes.
So what? But wait, it's okay.
Okay, no problem. My point is you can go. You're pointing the point.
Okay, wait. You can.
I will point that point on you. I think you are speaking for Gambia. If you want to have your opinion,
have you exhausted your point?
I did not go for time's sake. Let's
For
go.
time's sake, okay. I think it's a good place for you to.
If you don't have time, no problem.
No. Go ahead and respond. We'll give you at least 5 minutes for you to respond.
And if there is contradiction, I will also later. You know what?
You may not need to. Go ahead, Essa.
In liberal economy, private investment is allowed. Foreign direct investment is allowed. You are talking about
what the diaspora. No, you are misleading people.
You see,
Only what the diaspora sends in form of remittance is more than foreign direct investment. Gambian Monde Banta, ika minduli ila banko kono, Monde Banta, wale seata, wale tambita, private sector, ani company melka bonan, kana Gambia ka ila kodo doku.
I think Essa knows.
So, I know the argument is we need to allow that it helps our economy. What helps our economy is the foreign direct investment, but also remittance. But what is sustainable is our people giving it to us and not foreign direct investment.
It's more secure.
That's the advice.
Go ahead, Essa. Go ahead.
Yeah, it will be okay also, back and forth be. If I get a time.
They don't clarify.
You cannot say all my point, you have to say on all my point.
No, it wouldn't be all. It wouldn't be all. Just go ahead.
Okay, I really understand the dichotomy between foreign direct investment and remittance. You cannot take me that. I know that very well. I know the differences between the two.
Possibly not for you, but for the viewers.
And the remittance, let me clarify. Remittance is not coming in bulk. It's coming to individual pockets and families. For example, me, if I'm in America, I send, $1 million to my family. Bill and my house is coming to my family and I'm Jamai. No, that's fundamentally wrong. And the business. No, that's fundamentally wrong. And the business. Viewers must understand. And the businesses are out in the country. So I have a business before. Well, if I have business here, I'm contributing into that aspect. So it's like if all group together, we'll accumulate here. This year, our remittance is this percentage. Government is very honest enough to say it every time, every quarter, even the central bank, they will put it to public domain. But now, individual companies who live in Senegal, America, Turkey, whatever, they want to come and invest in Gambia. It's two different things.
What the problem?
That's what we are calling foreign direct investment.
But what the problem?
You understand? Understand that is a problem. And that one is allowed. So it's not, there should be capital flight. Remember? There should be capital flight. There should be, because you are coming here to invest, to do business.
Unregulated?
Should be regulated.
Okay.
That's why the regulations are there. These airports did not come to play like that. They have to pass certain test. Well, you might not be privy to it.
Why?
Yes. You can't, because you are not the driving part for it. We are not privy, but those that are there, our rational actors, they know what we are doing.
Our rational actors?
Yes. Who represented us there on our behalf. You may decline or you may have a contrary view, which is the beauty of democracy, agree to disagree, but it doesn't invalidate the whole process. It cannot invalidate the whole process. That's the fact. And now, we never go. But aside, not only yes, il a profité. Simple. Min alporte do ko ke nyanda min sosole la kodoro. Ni abonni ya samela bankoto. Is that our problem? That's the agreement. That is a capital flight because it's a foreign direct investment. For a contest, you understand.
But you look.
And then flag no.
Nature of the agreement.
That's why I'm done.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's a done. Just finish up, right?
I am alone. You people are many. So place all sort of stuff. Allow me to flow.
No, Essa, you are capable. You can handle that. But don't make yourself look like a victim. Don't allow that.
No,
don't allow it.
I want to do it. I want that. I enjoy it.
Exactly.
But let them allow me. Why I'm saying
they will allow you. They will allow
you talk. I keep listening. Allow me. Now, I cannot concentrate only the negative aspect. Dunia koku cross and corner baby yele de. You have both sides. Even food can eat. I have a negative sorrow, I have a positive sorrow. Now, I don't have negative sorrow. Let's concentrate on the positive side. You have MDM for Jana, but Sanyan na port. Gambia government is not contributing a butut. Namanke lanti. In 6 years, it is Alpo who will build this port.
But it's the same
On
thing
behalf
here.
of Gambians.
It's the same thing here in Bangalore. They say Gambia government is not contributing a butu. But now we see that thinking, okay, the thinking was that they will come with everything else, the money to invest or whatever. But we realize that they get
Okay, saya lemba dong je clarify. Go. Mbed ya wala mani kangol to say. Ay senya mo be. Kodi. Kodi. Gambia masakunda fang ye doku bake ni aport fengor. Why? Ya da mi ngula ko doku mi yalan ko se keno doku lal mi yalan ko Gambia no sa keno. Altana won import. Anu plan na molia because dolbe doku la port how many years? You cannot start them. Because of the new agreement, you have to incorporate them so people don't lose their job. And if an expand me and Kalbesu Leja, don't have more you can't do call a cyber, don't call again. That's a plus for the country. Two, profit of Member output, they are taking 80%. 80% of the Gambia, they pay dividend, they pay taxes, they pay salaries to Gambian employees here. Wakola, they will build the seaport in 6 years to the Gambian government.
Okay, after building it.
Yeah, after building it, they hand it over to Gambia. If they are going, after they are going, they hand it over to Gambia and then you follow.
If they are going.
Yes, they will enhance. They will enhance.
How many years is going to?
They will enhance the capacity and the competency of the Gambia Banjul port. Because Nigeria kunum, kiumenga kejani biya banyadi le. Say, you have liberty. In fact, if they do with our local banks, and say money remains here. Some part of money goes to bank for
beneficial to the bank.
Because of bank for
the bank will not give money for free.
Without if the bank's revenue got up, the member will benefit from like it. Rather than it I talking or like a bank in a even they don't want to deal with any local partner.
Then the money goes back.
That goes back. Okay. Don't like interest. You understand? What did you get?
With only this issue today.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
You understand? Because time out today, I don't want to prolong. You back and forth, I don't want that. Because you call it me alonko, ngani yandile. Bojango coming we like it, we want it. That's why the first step this document is making, well, the media open for divergent views and dissenting opinions. Very thorough killing. Don't be na Kabaro support. Don't be again. And they are critical. You even contributing immensely to the progress and the welfare of this government. You know why?
Yes.
You know why? The democracy, without you people, it will not go up. And now they are ready every time because the Democrat is doing this. Because of you people, never more mouth shut. Who will know? But it's good. But sometimes also it's good at, so you empower a consensus law, is of advantage.
That is good. It's the best. Thank you very much, Essa. Thank you. Dodou, yes. I'll just give you a couple of minutes to just wrap up, right? New take, because time be jamu na nyo.
Well, specifically, waxtaan bi am na solo. I think ne soo déggee waxtaan ñaari boor la. Essa lu ma wax doo ko mën a jël saani ko ne li ma wax amut. Okay, on the other side, boo jàng being critical, lu Sonko di isi, they're also leaning on a point. So they give this up to the government. Nit ñi luñ mën mooy ñu wax ñu joxoñ, but the government is the key player fii. Nekkut ne, okay, lii laa bëgga, government will twist to that. No, it doesn't work that way. Dafa mel ni yow side bi gis nga ne ok suñ defee lii njëriñ la ok nguur bi mu ne la non man li maa def nii tam njëriñ la you can't rule that out. Example point su Essa Dampha ne container yi nuñ daan kuwee si port ba loolu moom change na it is factual. You know, because with the advent of AI ñoo xam ne ñoo nekk si business bi sax they are attesting to that. Like xëy na nañ doon wax ne ok without AI port mënoon nga koo jox keneen dafa focus Banjul rek du ñëw ne ok dafa isi another one in Sanyang. So li moo mën a jur yëpp du dee nekk ne ok ñun lii lañ bugga exactly lii la ñoo mën a am. Governance la AI port luñ fi yaaga no matter how long it takes they are going back either with this government or another government nekkul lu temporal. We've seen these examples in other countries. So it's also good nit ki mu sound opinion am who knows ñu bari ñu ngi laa déglu lu bari li nga wax saan your opinion they could also borrow from that loo xam ne suñ ko implementé it's gonna benefit the country man on the issues on the issue of the bank there is a point ñoom mën nañoo dem to other banks outside ñu jëlee foofu xaalis isi ko su boobaa lu ñoo gis mooy ne Alpo dañ ñëw ak xaalis fan la jógee and in such instances interest rate back loolu yëpp dafa yokku.
No, they will just do that. They cannot even do it. They cannot even do it.
They need Gandhi from port.
They cannot even do it.
Ñoom
They
Gandhi
cannot do
from
it. The problem is, wherever they go in the international world, they do the collateral from here, from the government.
And do they have jurisdiction over it?
So they cannot do
There are many things.
And there is
Some
no protocol.
Zongo, you are not government. What? No, you are not government. What they can do, they cannot do what is allowed based on law. No. You cannot base this on logic. Am na lu bari lu government di def nuñ ko defee we don't know any this happening.
But remember,
But it's not about the government. It's Albert or Alfred or whatever that is taking.
It's go. Can you tell me, Gambia government cannot go to the banks? Albert is going. That sign so Albert.
It is not the same. It is not the same, Samko. It is not the same.
Okay.
Most of these companies nga ne okay buñ ko jokki nañ ko jokkele kooku ci lan la taxaw lan la am you don't know lu bari lu ñoo criticize tey mun nga ko jokkele they are going to do the same. Their manpower financial capacity fuñ tollu ñun we don't know soo gisee ñu ngi pointal Alport si luñ nekk ñoom lañ ko jox ñoom lañ gis lu ñoo def man my question is
But we've seen other companies do.
have you tried them?
No, but
What is the yardstick? What is the yardstick? Yow liggéeyuloo fa ñoom si luñ toogee you don't know ñeneen ñu luñ laa woon on paper ak li nekk ci biir it's not the same.
Dudu, I mean,
waaye yëpp daal
mooy ne d'accorduma bugguma you are entitled to that.
at the end of the day rek understand nga am na lu bari loo xam ne mu ngi ñuul ci sow bi parce que kayit yi nga xam ne moom la nit mun a sukkandekoo loolu génnul soo doo mun a xam ndax ñële am nañ da amuñ ñii am nañ da amuñ da def nañ da deful waaye moo taxit ni nga ko doon waxee rek understand nga suñ ne démocratie accountability transparency
war nañ ko génne
rule of law exactly and inclusivity loolu dafa war a nekk bi ko bu loolu yëpp amoon ni ko noonu dina maatee du maatee leena na mu ne gisuma ko de so bu ko kenn kóot waaye jërë ngeen jëf Essa kontante bake ye wato min ta pour kanaja itenin na lamoyla na jubela pour ye kacha banku kacha mimbe banko sambala nyato mimben tol be yuri wandela kontante bake dudu dila jaajefal rek benen yoon again si ñew bi nga ñew rek sa yu nek sa yu oté mom duy am ay sikki saka duñu or rek moy ne xeyna sori naam sori wul waye dina ñewam du ñew bobu duy nek question bi ñu kontaan si lool ak loola waaw exactly di leen jaajefal yeen tamit rek di jaajefal ñepp ñi nga xamne ñoo ñuy sétane aljuma bu nekk time bi nak jaamu nañu xamna ne kontaan ngeen lool ci waxtaan bi te bu ngeen ñu gën ko yaayal ñu gën a continuer waaye time bi jaamu nañu waaye du tere dinañ ñëwaat fii beneen ajuma pour indiwaat beneen waxtaan bu utee bii o bu mel ni bii rek waaye ak beneen ges bu yaanj ak beneen ajuma bu yaay nga di jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne ñooy jàpp ci programme bi saa yu nekk ni ñu koy waxee rek ñu mel ni APS di yëngu si yëfi money transfer financial institution li fi joxe ak jënd ak wécceeg lépp loo xam ne ci xaalis la yombalal ko askan bi nag indi app yoo xam ne jarut sa ngay duga moto di waaxu di dem si ay boutique di dem si ay outlet sa kër ngaa toog connect si app bi aussi wallet bi nga def lépp li nga xam ne moom nga soxla jënda ticket si lopitaan yi si school si football field yi nawetaan yi taxi driver yi marché lépp loo xam ne pour di fi joxante xaalis la APS seen app bi seen wallet bi yaayal na la ko indil na la plateforme boobu noonu pour nga mun koo def kon lu óor la di fàttali nag ne ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi koy jëfandikoo pour yi fi nawetaan bi jënda ticket doo si jënda ticket rek dem dafa am lu ndaw loo xam ne dinañ la ko jox percentage boo xam ne dinañ la ko jox delloo la ko ne la ngir jërëjëfal la ni ngay user seen app bi te loolu dajale ko am na njëriñ mun na laa indil njëriñ ju bari kon APS ñoo wóor ñoo ëppa doole ñoo jara diilal ñoo jara am di jaajëfal Kër Finder ñoom ñu ngi yëngu si yëfi jaay jënd kër ak sampa ñu óor loor
seen mbir yomba lool seen mbir leer lool ñëpp ñi nga xam ne jëflante ne ñoom amuñ ci dara lu ñuy wax lu mooy alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin ni kontaan pour xamante ñoom pour jëflante ñoom seen nambaay dinañ ko def si screen bi jokkoole nañ ñoom ci lépp loo leen soxla bu dee xalaat rek ngeen am rek call leen ñoom dinañ jël xalaat boobu ñu yaayal ko jël ko def ko into reality bi nga xam ne li ngeen buggal li ngeen doon mbébét li ngeen doon yàgga ñaan ñoom it dinañ leen ci jàppale ngeen am ko di leen fàttali rek stars yi mu ngi si Facebook bi soo leen di seetaan rek may leen compis benn 2 or 3 stars yooyu dafa tontu xaalis boobu noonu dafa also yokka pour dooleel programme bi nga xam ne dinañ mun di ñëw fii every Friday pour indil leen programme bi waxtaan li nga xam ne mooy waxtaani réew waxtaani askan bi waxtaani jëm kanam ak waxtaani yokkute di leen wax ne rek li fee ñaaw ci ñun la suñ matadi lu fi rafet ngeen xam ne ci yàlla la jubluwaay bi mooy ne pour jàngale pour yeete pour yalaate pour indi yokkute bu dut loolu rek ngeen xam ne du suñ coobare kon di leen jaajëfal di jaajëfal ñi nga xam ne ñooy téye programme bi Siré Sam Fat Sila Lamine ak suñ coordinateur bi di Kasa jël lépp nag nu yóbbi teg ko ci loxo borom kër gi mu seddaale leen ko bu baax bi di leen wax ne rek Kër Fatou moom la ñëpp di seetaan fa la lépp di xewee fa ngay mun a xamee lu nekk parce que mooy bu baax bi fii la mburu bi di xoyomee kon bi beneen ajuma ci waxtu bii nii ak beneen guest ak beneen topic ak beneen waxtaan it's your queen Nene Frida Gomez bye bye.
Welcome to Care Madam Sanya, Borom Sweden. This is another Care Finder masterpiece. Let me take you through it. The first thing that really blew my mind about this house is the crafted seating area just around the car garage. Amazing. And the door is soundproof and transparent. I can't wait to see the rest of it. And now we inside. Look at the living room and how spacious it is. Care Finder, y'all always outdoing yourself. And we now at the kitchen area, and you can see me doing my flexibilities and the drawers are so spacious, and then they have a gas cooker. What else to see? Let's go. Now we in the guest room. Look at how big this guest room is. Super big and nicely decorated. And they have a guest bathroom as well. Man, I can't wait to see the master bedroom. Okay, here we go. We in the master bedroom. Look at how big and spacious this is. And look at how big and spacious the master bathroom is as well. Care Finder, man, you guys are always doing it right. And now, let me take you outside a little bit. Let me check my swagger up in this. You can tell I'm killing it on the runway. So now let me take you at the back. They have a swimming pool. My God, look at how spacious this swimming pool is. I can't wait to really jump inside, to be honest. And they have a Bantaba sitting area as well, so you can just chill and have a good time with family and friends. And then they have swings for children or couples. This is the right spot, trust me. And this house is just next to Care Madam Seka. Up your sleeves for our next gated community. What is this gated community gonna look like? Because Care Finder, they always coming up with this special, amazing stuff that we don't even think about. So I really cannot wait for it. So in case you're interested, you can just call 417-2215 for more information. And disclaimer, this property is not for sale. Has an owner and not open for viewing. Care Finder is here for you.
Ñatimbo ntemu APS leti ndemu APS leti APS Gambia le mu APS ti katun APS is 100% Gambian
bari ñatimbo te ku furi mbala kentala di ke ñatimbo ndari taba futu wola at least ya fonte ko APS min kullo balbi ji imo fon fonya fon ka fonya ko ibina do ibodo ko APS jam fane mo fana fonya ñatimbo yo min fo yenda sija ndanga moyro ko APS wallet isa ko do kino min tata fa wuli muan ime caaji fenna wala nta sindi jang
akko ñatimbo ngoy ko kabo transuto kata wala fo wili mwang ite fenne jola womu zero filete bitun ka bo wo 20,000 la ka sele sal ike tamun ike charge mun fa abuka fensi 1% da malam bati
wota yara gamen no be nyanta wala kana APS wala tele mobile ko ka ko do ki ibadi ngol
yaje ni APS kabrin nan credit ko to bari min kum mayata be wala fa mo kas pawat ni suto be during suto be dibining abe tema biti kol sonda ila APS mobile lo sika ni asika don ya safe da men ko fen ko atondi nawek ha ni oto je nyamen don tachi ama ni ama don abanta ila kas power isa hawasima ajibe free priority je
wata mbade ngameno albe sito ulle fisiyata alna leta APS wallet yela la mobile ko APS wallet nyaako doro barin koto nim fata do suko kon to ru
ni be fono le mol nyaala jam nim fata do suko kon ba fole
ba siti je mbita ndo register je de katu sa APS 100% namum
APS 100% Gambia 100%.